cool. Anyways, what's up, pups? This is Records of the Realm. This is Fire Arc, and this is Team Blaster right above me right here. We are sans a player tonight because Alex's character is dead. No, Alex is dealing with some dealing with some stuff. There might be a chance that he comes. If he comes, great. If not, we'll see what happens. Sorry for making everyone just have a panic attack. It was very funny.
No, just toss him in an early grave. We're done with him.
Yeah.
He's dead.
Done. It's great. But we're going to do some announcements, quick intros, and a very quick recap, because I'm pretty sure the recap is we fought a thing. But we'll see what some people decide to throw in there. First and foremost, we have 3 things we'd love for you guys to check out if you can. I'm going to attempt to do it because I don't think Mel is here. So we'll see how I do at typing these things in. First, if you want to check out our store, we have a Streamlabs store where you can buy fun merch that is both gay and kawaii and adorable, like this. If you want to also check out our Tiltify, I don't know the link for this one. Is it Tiltify? Nope. I don't know what the link is for that. That's a problem. We have a Tiltify that if you want to check out, it's called For the Familiars. It is to help out pets and animals. I'm going to try a few and just see if any of them work. Familiar. There we go. Ha ha ha. Best Friend Animal Society. Just helps out some critters find homes, get taken care of. Being sweet old things. And finally, we have a affiliate ship with Gemhammer. If you want to check out their stuff, you can get 20% off with the code RECKS, RECKS. That's it for that. And now we're going to do some intros, sans and Alex. But first is me. I'm Vinny /Vander of Vander/Vander.vision. I do cosplay photography, videography, and I make D&D stuff. And that's it. Next is whoever Natalie says is next.
Deh-nys is dead. So it's me, Natalie. Hello, adventurers. You can find me on the Storyteller Squad podcast, where my friends and I play Monster of the Week, and here in Fire Arc as Corinne, the Aasimar monk. I am full of radiant energy and rage.
I've been the Barbarian when I wasn't looking. All right.
Next up
Am
is...
I next? Or is she
Evie's next.
Evie's next.
Hey, I'm Ange. I will be playing Evie, the elvish monk rogue ninja that lights things on fire and is captain of the boat and all that fun stuff. When I'm not here, you can also find me as co-host of an anime podcast called Animazing Radio. So if you like anime on top of your D&D, go check that out. That's on Sundays. And that's about it.
Oh, yeah.
If people don't like anime, they're not watching this campaign.
It's fair.
You're watching the wrong stream.
It's your turn, Leo.
Oh, hi. I'm Leo. I play Gromagul and occasionally Bear. You can find me at TikTok as Miniature Orc Boy and Instagram as Miniature Orc.
And then I guess that's me. I'm Lark. I play Malen, the wizard who is realizing that she might be a little bit out of her depth right now. And yeah, you can find me at Exalted Lark on most other platforms.
Okay, so we do have a social now, meaning I'm going to add that.
Sorry.
Oh, I didn't shout out my socials. I'm at Natalie Fuinia and at Story Squadcast for the show.
Yeah.
There you go.
Everyone
Just internet
does
stuff.
Everyone does awesome things.
For
Check
you
'em out.
internet people out there.
Doing the internet stuffs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
keep
Touch some
interneting.
grass.
Give me a recap. What happened last time?
We
Did something that it shouldn't do, as per usual.
we
And the
started
consequences
to
were dire.
we started to accomplish plot. We remembered what it was we were doing.
No, we didn't.
We found the guy we were supposed to find.
Yeah,
Right.
but that specifically was not the plot that we were supposed to be doing, it turns out.
We're supposed to recover
An item.
Stopa's sword.
Well, we found the druid.
Apparently.
We found the druid.
I was going for my friend, so.
We
We
found
went into
the
a creepy
What are we
forest.
Everyone's
We went
talking
into a
over
creepy
each other.
forest. Listen, this is what happened. We went into a creepy forest. We investigated some weird, gross corruption that was happening that was like just destroying everything. And then we were like, you know what's a great idea? If we followed that. And we did. And then there was a creepy druid who was a half bird man. And then we removed curse on the bird man, and the sword came separate from him. And then Deh-nys decided that it was a great idea to pick up that sword. And then everything went to shit, and we're dying. And that is what you missed on Glee.
Why is
We
that?
had the whole situation in the bag. And then we remembered there was a Kenku in the party with impulse control issues.
Oh my god.
And now
Every
it is less in
time
the
we-
bag and more everywhere, all over, screaming.
everything everywhere all at once.
Whenever we do something right and we do the thing, he just hacks
Mhm.
into it and is like, no, let me jam my beak into it.
Let
Yep.
me attune to this item that clearly has caused this person a lot of grief.
Where is he? I want to yell at him.
He's fucking dead.
I know where he is.
Deceased.
Well, this
Yeah.
problem
and
is to work out.
those void threads are real bad news. Because that'll take your whole arm off. And that happened.
Oh yeah, oh my god, that did happen!
Yeah, Pomp is down a hand.
Yeah,
is down an
and
arm.
sorry about your boy. Yikes.
He's
To be
He
fair,
fell straight into it, though, didn't he?
he did, but his Constitution roll was high. Look, sometimes the
God.
roll.
Deh-nys, you better fucking be leveling up in Cleric to get my arm back. You bird bastard.
Yeah. So we ended.
We gotta dislodge that fucking sword first, though.
So
God
Oh, we're
again.
done a cleric.
Warden got unattuned by the magical item, thanks to
I'm kind of a cleric.
the wonderful Malen was able to unattune that item using Remove Curse. Deh-nys went and grabbed it and attuned to it immediately.
While invisible.
It was great. It's fantastic.
So mad.
You guys have been fighting nega hybrid awful Deh-nys. That's currently where we're at. I think the closest people to it were Malen on a bird, Evie also on a bird not far away. Graham is still up in the mix, just getting ready to fight, and then everyone else was at the tree line.
Yep.
So that's
And I think
where
at this
we are.
point, we're just like, scatter!
Yeah,
Run!
there's a
Which sucks because Grom is now size huge.
yeah, there's a few different potential plans that you guys were working out. Some people were like, let's try to remove curse. Let's try to heal Malen. Let's run. There's a few different ideas tossed out there. So we're gonna see what happens next. Top of the round. First up is Pontherax. Pontherax. Go over his spell list and so the capability. I had to double check Wizard and figure some stuff out. But he is going to be able to help a wee bit. Not sure the highest level of help it's going to be, but what he is going to do is he's going to cast darkness on bird to blind said bird.
Wait, now I can't see it. Thanks, Ponth.
If you don't want that to happen, you got to say that to Ponth, because we're going to say that these are NPCs trying to help you. So if he's like, I'm just going to shroud it in darkness, and you say no, just let me know.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
We need to see this thing.
Okay, give me a second. I've got one other idea.
It's like someone pulling a pin on a grenade, and everyone would be like, no! And he's like,
Not that
puts the
thing!
pin back in the grenade.
He's like, just give it 2 seconds. And where is the other one? I literally had like 3 things I found for him that I was like, okay. This is what you get to switch between. Cool. All right. Instead, It takes a moment, but as the wings are flapping from Deh-nys's new Uber BBEG form, the wind coalesces and begins turning around, and you watch as a air elemental is summoned in front of it to fight on your guys' side.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, okay. The way you described that, it sounded like the wings were summoning the elemental.
The Ponth was using the movement and currents of the wind to make this thing form. And I believe it attacks on his turn, so it's going to grab 2 slam attacks on... Am I hitting bird or sword?
Remind us which one was looking worse, Vinny.
Of the 2, bird is looking worse.
I think...
Kill that bird.
I mean, I think we want to hit both.
But we don't want to kill the
But
bird.
we don't want to kill Deh-nys, so maybe go load up on sword.
Sword it is.
That's what Grom's doing.
One of his attacks hits, does a little bit of damage. He's doing his best. He's stressing out a little bit. He lost a hand.
He's fully one-hand casting all this stuff.
Yeah.
Poor thing.
Like a boss.
Next up, our wonderful little superpowered angel.
Okay. Sword is looking kind of like it's taken some hits, right?
Yeah,
we started loading into it.
It is well hurt.
Yeah,
and you
in
guys
my notes
used a lot of things to clear off a lot of the corruption from it exactly. So it is clear, and it probably won't hurt you to hit it directly, which is good.
In my notes, I had that Clem hit it with Guiding Bolt. Is that true? And I don't think anyone has hit it with a melee attack yet.
I don't think so either. She did hit it with Guiding Bolt. I don't remember anyone ever doing it. I think you guys started running right after that, or some of you started running. So
is that still up?
Yeah, I will say it's still up, even if it did get used. Just because, as far as I can tell in my notes, it is still up.
Okay, cool. All right. Corinne just radiant palm sears the stump of her arm closed. And breathing heavy, looking up at this monster form, and just yells to Arvin, "Arvin!" And the fox spear just crawls up and over and then and forms an arm for me out of the fox armor, and mask over her face. And it's just targeting systems engaged, and we're gonna fucking lay into Deh-nys with our new robot fox arm.
There we go.
That's fucking sick.
Yeah.
This is such an anime.
It really is. This is what I want the My Hero art of. Just the fucking arm forming out of nothing.
You thought I needed an arm?
Backup arm. All right, so first attack with advantage. All right, that's not great, but we have plenty of attacks, so let's see. Does a 16 no yeah, does a 16 hit the sword?
Sword, yes.
Okay, cool. So that's 1. Also, my armor goes up, but my damage is going to be reduced a little bit.
Yeah.
I think I clicked it last game. Yes. Okay. So that's 1 attack that hits, then extra attack. Oh wait, with not advantage. That is a 19.
19 hits?
Nope, 18. But
18 still
that'll
hits.
hit too. Haste attack. Even higher, 20-something.
Hits.
Flurry of blows. Roll 2 more. Just do it with 2 dice at once. Go. That is a 16 again and a dirty 20.
That hits.
Okay.
So you just start laying in on this sword beak.
Yep.
Wait, was somebody grappled? Or no, Evie escaped that using Misty Step.
Yeah, I think so.
Yep. That is exactly what happened.
That's 5 attacks, right? That went off
Attacks,
just
yeah.
now? Cool. Let's start rolling d8s. 5, 9. I'm recording. 5, 9. I can't do math. 12.
5 plus 9.
5 and 9 is 14.
I'm doing the math in
Okay.
my head right now. 12 plus 7, 19. 21 plus let me read your whole thing. It's plus 4, 5 times, so 41. And I'm in my angelic form, so add another 14, 55.
5. Amazing. How does this look, the attack so far? All this goes down.
It's just like every time she pulls back with the fox arm, the eyes of the mask light up and a pulse of radiant energy shoots out from her face through the shoulder, out the little, like, whatever's left of her arm into the fist, and it into the sword blade. Which I imagine is sending like sparks because
Yeah,
two
it's
metal
like
things colliding.
it's
So
like
it's just like
reforging
crash.
it. Yeah, it's almost like you're reforging it right now, which is amazing.
So just
Imagining
crash,
it's just
sparks, radiant punch exploding with divine sparks. It's just like bam, 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 bam. And she like pulls away, fist smoking, other fists still glowing gold, and kind of shimmering as she's like still super speed, and her wings are keeping her off the ground where the death lines are.
When you look at the blade itself, the blade itself is black, and you're starting to see the black detailing of the blade itself. And before it was just layered and layered, that like it almost didn't even look sharp, with all of these lines and like webbing, myconids, all this other black gunk that was leaking or seeping out of it. All that's almost gone. It is basically just the blade now. And
Yeah.
as you keep hitting it, you see that the part that is lodged in where the bottom mandibles should be, it's slowly like coming loose and getting knocked out slower and slower. Like it is slowly getting free. It is
Yeah. Corinne, like her like anime monologue, just like, Deh-nys, you idiot! I can't believe you would do something like this. We had the upper hand. You must be stupider still if you think I'm gonna leave you behind. Crash.
Let's roast Deh-nys while he's not here.
Yeah, you big dummy. We love you. We're not gonna leave you.
As that
the
goes,
slow motion slide of the knuckles going down the side of the blade. Just
like her
sparks
face
fly.
reflected in the sword. Like,
Oh, analog in the
metal.
background. Love it.
as that goes
Here
on,
for it.
Clem is up next. She can't pull the secondary concentration spell because she's still helping Grom stay big. So she is just going to guiding bolt one more time.
I don't suppose it's worth trying to stun the sword.
You can try.
I'll try it. I'll try one.
Uh,
Last strike. I'm gonna try a stunning strike on the sword.
Shot as well.
19.
Okay.
Sorry. The one thing it is chonky. It's the only thing it
Yeah,
has.
no, it's fine.
Oh, good.
So guiding bolt team does some damage, but now the sword again is glowing. So the next person that tries to hit it is going to, I believe, guiding bolt is just any attack, or is it specifically?
It's the next melee, I think.
The next attack roll made against this target. So next attack roll made against it. So the next person to attack it took 15 damage from guiding bolt, which is not a lot, but the sword does look quite rough. It's the best way I can describe it using meta terms. Next up after Clem does that is shit. what she would have done. That's unfortunate. Next up is Warden / Deh-nys.
Mm-hmm.
Who, thanks to Deh-nys for reminding me, Deh-nys is in fact hasted. So,
Oh, bloody freaking wonderful.
yeah, thanks for that, Alex. Thanks for reminding me.
Thanks, Alex.
Who is in the closest to it? Corinne, definitely. Who's gonna?
Hello.
Malen's not far away, and then Evie, you teleport onto a owl and stayed nearby, or did you start running?
I Misty stepped out of the way, but given the limited range of everything I have, I probably didn't go too far. And I know that.
Then I'm gonna do 2 to the big bruiser who keeps striking it, and then I'm gonna do 1 to each of you guys.
Ugh.
The first attack.
You can throw him at Corinne, Vinny, if it makes more sense.
Evie can take it. My concern is Malen.
My
Depends on
concern
his
is also
range,
Malen.
too.
What a coincidence.
Yeah,
I think that's everyone's concern right now.
yeah.
Mm.
It has 10 feet reach, so I'm gonna say I think everyone is within it, and everyone has been trying to hit it. Malen's probably the least concerned at the moment, purely because I don't think Malen did. Oh no, Malen did fireball on it last turn, didn't you?
Yeah, no. Fireball is the last thing
no,
that I have
never
written
mind.
down
You're
here.
all
so yeah.
you're all getting hit. This thing is
Yeah.
like anything right now.
That's fair.
Is Grom and Bear getting hit in the tree line?
Yeah, no, you all as in all the people up front. You
Oh.
you big bruiser are all the way in back right now, lobbing these giant catapults.
Yep.
First attack is an 18, which I don't think hits Corinne.
No.
You're like 24 or something.
25.
Okay, an 18, which misses. The next attack is going to go to Evie, that's a 24.
Yeah, I can't do anything to that. However, I can have my damage.
The attack does 12 slashing damage, so not
so
that
I'm
crazy.
taking 6. I'm uncanny dodge taking 6.
Perfect. And this attack would have hit, but Malen, you take it's a 27 to hit. I'm assuming that hits.
Yes, that hits.
Okay. You take 13 slashing damage.
Okay. Where did I put my pen? Hello?
Hello?
There we go.
A writing implement, please?
Did it take how much of damage?
I think it was also 12.
12.
13, sorry.
13? Okay, that's fine.
That's evil Deh-nys' turn. I don't know what to call this. Corrupted Deh-nys.
Okay.
It is technically now the sword's turn.
Bloody hell.
Which...
I hate that the sword has a turn.
Yeah. No.
I'm not a fan of that, Vinny.
Yeah, no. Look, y'all.
It's really upsetting. And y'all
almost had it disabled. So it attacks every creature that is within 10 feet of it. So first one's to Corinne.
At once or separately?
Each of them, you guys get an attack.
Okay.
That's actually a 25 for you.
Warding Flare. Roll it again.
19.
Fuck you. It misses.
Next one is
Big fucking light shield flies off the metal arm.
Crits on Evie.
Oh.
Ah.
No!
That's unfortunate.
Granted, I think I have more. I think I've taken out of us front runners the least damage due to bullshit. But
That's fair.
and I'm still gonna, and whatever it is, I'm still gonna have it because reactions.
Oh, because you have the second reaction. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
That's very good.
I was like, whoa, you have a second reaction?
I have. Where'd it go?
Yeah, we went over this last time. I forget. Vinny, forget.
It's some feature.
Yeah. You all have weird shit.
Basically, I have multiple reactions that I can use. And I used the thing that lets me take. Oh, this is the same round, isn't it?
It's the same round, yeah.
Shit. I shouldn't have done that.
Oh. So that is burned up.
Yep. Only once can I I thought it said per turn and round turn. God damn it. I'm gonna die.
This probably is going to hurt. You take 2 types of damage. The first damage type is bludgeoning. You take 44 bludgeoning.
Fuck.
Okay.
And then 22 necrotic.
I'm still standing.
Jesus.
God damn
Good
it.
for you.
Evie.
Holy
And
shit, yo.
with no bullshit, I am still standing. I am
Nice.
at single-digit hit points.
Actually, that necrotic might be lower. Roll me a con save. Actually. Oh god, yeah, rolling a con save. This could be important
yeah.
for a couple of reasons.
Unsave, you say.
Yeah.
It's so stressful, Vinny.
No.
Come on.
Look, y'all took out a dragon and a bunch of air elementals without a problem. I beefed things up a little bit. Apparently that was a mistake.
Everyone pretend that everything's hard for going forward.
No, this is
Ay,
good
ay, ay.
Make it last
storytelling.
longer.
It's
Oh, no.
so good.
I probably failed.
What is it? Because
10.
choose what limb you'd like to lose. Arm, leg. If you had a tail, I'd let you choose a tail, but unfortunately.
Let me see what bullshit I do.
If you want to go matchies with Corinne, you can lose your left arm since she lost her right.
You know what?
Shoulder bump.
We'll go with that. We'll go with that as the black, for what it's worth, the black gauntlet falls.
Ooh. Well, you're still technically attuned, but yeah, that's unfortunate.
Because those were my magic item. Wait a minute.
That is correct, though.
Wait a minute. Is this a ranged weapon attack?
Melee.
God damn it. So no, I can't bullshit my way out of any of this.
Yeah, no, you can't deflect a missile hit. As cool as that would have been.
You got crit on. It's gonna suck.
I know. I'm largely looking through to see if I have any way to soak any of this, and the answer is no, because even attune elements does not account for necrotic.
No.
I'm so upset that I can't warding flare my friends. I was so excited for that, and it's just for me.
So I am still standing. Barely. Is it my turn, Vinny?
No, unfortunately, it's gonna be Grom's turn and then your turn in a second. I need to do an attack on Malen, which is a crit fail, which is good. It's in that
gosh.
one.
Now one.
But
You can't do that.
Malen and Evie, you both are on owls, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please don't send me plunging into the abyss. I don't have the fucking mental fortitude for that right now.
Do you know, Nat, do you know what the AC of these owls are? I rolled a 12 and a 25. I'm assuming one of them goes down. But
I'm pulling it up. Giant owl. Armor class 12.
okay, so both hit. What's their max HP? Because if it's under 25, they're both gone.
Hit points. Average is 19.
Okay. Both of these damages are above 30, so you both watch as your owls go away. On your turn, we'll deal with those problems.
So,
Ring of Featherfall. Fuck off.
Oh yeah, you're a monk. God, it's pointless.
Evie's a monk, so Evie's just gonna see it coming and deal with it.
Do you guys remember which owls you were on?
I was on Walnut.
I was on the white one.
The snowy owl.
Yeah.
I think it was Walnut. It was something like that.
Walnut, and I think Whisper was the snowy owl.
That's a good name. I like that.
I just remember it being snow.
Grom, it is yours and Bear's turn now. You watch as 2 of your friends lose limbs. All of them are now falling midair, even though half of them have ways to get out of it.
Is infuriated. Yeah, I suppose a couple of couple of pebbles to the face.
Okay. Sword.
And by face, I mean sword.
Okay.
Yeah. I dropped that. That was a shitty roll.
Wait a minute. Oh.
15?
15 hits.
Sweet. Oh, where are all of my D4s? Where's my army of D4s? Goddamn.
Okay. Da-da-da.
Do I get sneak attack from this?
It's surrounded by enemies. Yeah, you're good.
See? Love it. Thanks. Huzzah.
I'm casting so many spells.
You are a wizard. That's your job.
I know, but I need to cast less spells, so I have spells for today.
I'm
Just, wait a
I'm
second.
about
I
to
need more
literally. I'm
D4s than
about to
that.
go through all of my key points, of which I have spent 0.
Are we like within arm's reach of each other, you and me?
You're pretty close.
Probably.
You're 2 giant
Additional.
owls wing lengths apart.
Which means which means I could make it so you land on my back.
Oh, I was just thinking.
Bludgeoning damage.
I was thinking of doing some fucking midair dimension door shit, but we'll figure
Did you
that out
say
when we get there.
39 bludgeoning damage?
39.
Jesus.
Eat shit and die.
Um,
Well, I
This
get
sword
an
is getting turned
additional.
describe
into,
your
like-
kill.
Yes, Grom! Woo!
So,
I will just
Grom-
say this first thing. The sword cannot break. So, but you can describe whatever else you want, but the sword cannot break.
Does it dislodge from Deh-nys?
It can. That can 100% happen.
Okay. So, Grom in his fury throws up the pebble and he screams, "That's my fucking friend!" And he smashes it, and as it grows and grows, it's kind of like you can see the motion like a comic book, and it just like collides with the side of the sword, and it makes a cracking noise, and just the sword flings out of Deh-nys's face, and then you can describe however that affects Deh-nys.
Yeah. It's wonderful how it comes out. You hear a cracking, which just the sword coming out, it's part of a jaw as it goes into like a tree wall. And as the boulder falls down, the sword falls down, and it is now a sword in a stone on the ground for the moment. Deh-nys, unfortunately, is still in this shape. Severely weakened because of this, but still shaking its head. It looks pained. It is disabled from the mandible attacks now, but it still looks pretty furious, like it still wants to do some things. So we are unfortunately not completely done yet, but
Malen's gonna
solve
shout
some
to
problems.
Malen's gonna shout to Evie and be like, "Throw me at the bird!"
Grom, is there anything else you want to do for your turn, or Bear?
Bear can't really do much anything. He is trapped in a tree.
Vinny, what happened to the lines on the ground when Grom knocked the sword out of his jaw?
All the ones that it's disconnected from all of them. What am I saying? Are slowly backwards evaporating. So basically, treating it kind of like like a long run of dynamite. Like when you light it, like the fuse, everything is slowly starting to evaporate. So the space in the middle is beginning to open up to some actual ground, but like the long lines leading outwards is going to take a while before anything happens there. But your battle zone is clearing up a bit, which is real good.
Is everything still
If
fucked up?
anyone's dead yet.
Describe, what do you mean by everything? Because there's
like where the lines were. Is it like barren, like salted earth, like just dried out, dusty ground, or is it back to normal?
It is missing. So where these lines cut through, it's very much like whatever it cut through doesn't exist there anymore. So any like ground it was covering, while this is evaporating over it, it's just like fresh soil underneath now because everything else just went away.
Gotcha.
But it is solid ground. It's not going to kill me when I land.
But correct.
That's important!
Nope, I know. I get that. Grom, was there any movement or bonus action things you wanted to do, or is that did you get all of it? You hit all your things. Just want to make sure.
Yeah, he's good. His main priority was dislodging the sword at the moment.
You did it.
So,
You did it with style.
yeah.
Um,
And bear's trap, so.
That's fair. And by the next round, if this does somehow complete a whole other round, Bear should be able to jump down and start moving. But for the moment, yes. Ponth and you are just chilling in the trees. Evie, it is your turn, and then Malen right afterwards. You guys are near each other. If you want to take your turn simultaneously in some form, you're more than welcome to, because you're right after each other and you're right next to each other. So
I'm going to, despite losing my arm, I'm going to, with style, gracefully land on a patch of ground that's not corrupted. And how close can I get to Deh-nys?
I mean, you can jump up and probably like I assume monk jumps are pretty solid. So I will assume that you can get up and go to town for a round on him before you have to like come back to Earth.
Step of the wind does something to your jump, right?
It triples your jump speed or height, I think. So
distance.
In which case, can I chug a healing potion as a bonus action?
Yeah, probably a smart move.
Cool. Bonus action, I chug a healing potion. I don't remember how many hit points that gets me back.
2d4 plus 2.
Are you
No, Mel, no one is dead yet.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Capital Y, yet.
All right. So I rolled a pair of ones on 2d4, which is bullshit, but whatever, it's something.
More than less.
For my actual action, da, 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 da. I get sneak attack, don't I?
I'm right there.
I believe, yeah. Gurn's just providing sneak attack for everybody else. So yeah.
In which case then, we're just gonna freaking punch. We're gonna freaking punch with my good hand.
Punch with my good hand.
As opposed to the nun?
As opposed to the non-existent one.
I mean, you could, but I don't think you do a whole lot of damage.
Bingo.
Punch with my good hand is my favorite.
Okay.
And I've been shoulder checked with somebody with no arm.
And for what it is worth, I'm going to do non-lethal damage because I don't want to kill Deh-nys.
This is fair.
I want to knock some sense into him.
This is fair. Yeah, roll me your attacks.
First attack is a 22.
Yeah, that definitely hit.
I can't flurry, can I?
No, you used your bonus action, but you should have 2 attacks at least.
I do, but all right.
Thanks, Mel.
Second attack.
What's Mel saying?
Mel gave us a reroll.
Ooh.
Oh,
Mel.
using up some of his points.
Second attack is a 17.
17 also hits. Okay, so your guys' reroll pool, which is just universal, goes up from 1 to 2, which is nice. Yep, 17 hits as well.
6.
That means Mel must have so many fate points if she's willy-nilly throwing them out right now. You guys deserve a treat.
You can have another reroll as a treat.
Thank you, Mel.
24 points of damage. All non-lethal fisty damage.
love it when it's called fisty damage.
And I can't spend any key points because I decided more hit points was more important.
Look, you're not wrong. I don't think that's a wrong way to think.
Do you have Stunning Strike yet?
Level at least 6 monk, so I assume so.
Yes.
Try and stun him.
You know what, Dennis? Make a con save.
You can't save and fail.
It's possible. 17?
He said unconvincingly.
Look, that's a +8. I'm sorry.
I figured that was his good one. 17, you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, sadness. He is not stunned.
Oh well.
Oh well.
All right. Solid churn by Evie, dealing some damage, doing some high jumps. Malen. You're gently floating down to Earth.
I am gently floating down to Earth. I have a possibly suicidal plan of action, and I have like a normal plan of action.
Okay.
Please be
Well,
safe.
I think the plan of the night has been potentially suicidal.
But now there's like 2 other people. I can't cast Fireball without hitting at least one of these other people, right?
I mean, Evie had to drop back down, and Corinne is only on one side. Like, so you can pick a location that only hits Dennis.
All right, we're casting Fireball at 4th level.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Please don't
So
kill Dennis.
Listen, Dennis shouldn't have tried to kill me first.
Hear that, Alex? You hear that?
Let's see.
It's burn. It's burn.
And this is where Evie starts actually some semblance of praying, or as close as Evie gets to prayer to the fire god. Her fire god.
Malen's owl dissipates, and she just starts slowly floating to the ground, and she's just looking at this bird like, and like in like all of this like feathers and stuff, the feathers that are like falling around her are like slowly like catching on fire, and she just points out her finger and is like, "I've had enough of you." And
Can we get a flashback of Malen when she was a little duckling and a mean crow picking on her or something?
I was literally just thinking that too. Be like, you give birds a bad name.
Yeah,
it's a bad name. It's not even, like, it's partially that. Like, I'm sure that's in the back of Malen's mind somewhere.
Fucking
but like
crows.
The Malen who, when we were in the little air village with the air dragon, grabbing people by the arms saying, "Don't get fucking cursed for no reason. Don't be that guy." She's like, now I gotta have this talk with Dennis. Once we fucking rip him out of whatever this form is, if he survives what I'm about to do.
It's heavier and better.
And that is that's what I'm gonna do. So it's gonna be 96 fire damage, and he's got to make a dexterity saving throw.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that passes because it was a 21. But
yeah, so he'll take half of this.
But 96 is a hefty sum, so this could go either way.
Sir Dennis, reheated.
No.
8, 10. Come on. 10. And just one more. So that's 38 fire damage. Halved to whatever that is. 16? Nope. 19?
19. 30. Okay. Half of 38 is 19.
38 is what it had left, so I'm so sad that he succeeded.
Oh, fucker!
Damn it!
Oh, that is hilarious. Good news, before this thing goes again, it is Ponth's turn, Corinne's turn, and Clem's turn. So
there we go.
Got for that.
Yeah. So Malen's now touched down on the ground and is like, I gotta go. But it's now trapped between safe ground and the woods that have covered in grossness.
For
So-
what it is worth, if you wanted to climb on Evie's back, you're allowed to.
Think.
So for Pont's turn, he just has the air elemental hit it. It hits once, does 16 damage. He looks so hurt. Corinne, it's your turn.
Finish the job, Corinne.
She calls over her shoulder to Pont with like the robotic, muffled sound of Arvin's voice, kind of just broadcasting it louder. Just call for an evac ship. She wants Pont like on a radio or whatever we have that are equivalent to radios because we're rich.
You're all rich.
Yeah, let's make a bunch of attacks, I guess.
Finish
All of
the
us,
job.
Grom. You just ignore that, and Bear gets your share.
Just my rich friends, that's all.
Me and my rich friends. It's fine.
That's
Friends.
27 to hit.
7 hits. He has 3 health left, so
Yeah, she does it. It's just one last wind up as Evie's like, holding up her one good arm to like defend in case this goes bad for a third time. But yeah, supercharged anime style punch. Deh-nys, snap the fuck out of it! She'll just punch right up through where the bottom jaw should have been into the rest of the beak and uppercut him.
that sounds gross.
That sounds absolutely
That
disgusting.
sounds metal
That's
as hell.
As you uppercut, it's the scene where Aang is just being engulfed by the fire right before the Avatar state. You watch it as you're emulating all of like the gunk away. Dennis's form just drops backwards out of it. As like this wild shape form just dissipates around him, and he just falls.
Can
and
I
hits the
use
ground.
Can I use my like extra attack action to reach forward and grab him?
Yeah, you can.
So I'm like holding him in the air from falling back and
bet you
taking any
won't.
fall damage.
Yeah, 100%. Because if he fell,
Incredible.
he was not gonna.
What we may want to do is shove him in his lantern.
I don't think any of you have the power to do that.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that. I don't even know where his lantern is.
Grom just picks him up.
What I will say,
I'm not sure we know how to do that.
Force him in the lantern
what I will say is, thanks to
like a sleeping bag.
thanks to Yes I'm Baby, we did just also reach our community goal, which was to get another crit. So now we have 5 auto crits, which is very nice. Also, we have a posture check and a hydrate. So check your postures and drink your drinks, please and thank you.
This is not hydrating, but thank you.
As that happens, all of it's again, it looks like little fuses almost as the these lines are slowly dissipating as it's going out back into the forest to get rid of whatever that is. Corinne grabs onto Dennis's armor, which does look bent and dented in places because of the form that he took, and you can see that the lantern is kind of embedded in part of the armor right now still, because that's the form he took. It screwed him up.
It's like fused to his armor?
With the armor at the moment, yeah.
Holy
Definitely,
shit.
yeah.
Well, she definitely lands onto this like just blasted dirt, and can I use my haste action to cast Spare the Dying?
Yes, that should work fine.
Then I do that, and that is all of my action economy because I don't have like a bonus thing to do.
Yeah, we are out of action, out of combat, and out of needed to worry about specific actions. You guys are all in this space now. Everyone is alive, and Potherax is currently calling for some type of ship, hoping it appears.
Malen is going to lay down on the grass.
Yeah.
That is my action.
What's left of grass?
Yeah.
I think
down
the
on the
fox
dirt.
mask. Yeah, the fox mask fully like
Malen,
off her not arm and a fox.
Malen, you lay down in the grass. You feel something lumpy behind you. It's Evie's arm.
Oh, hate
Malen
that.
is immediately standing again.
Oh, no.
God damn it! I need that.
Oh yeah,
Malen like
collapsed.
without even realizing what it was, she like kicks it.
Oh, gross.
FYI, to anyone watching, this is an 18+ stream, and we try to keep the gore out of most of these things, but unfortunately, this specific thing ended really badly for a lot of people.
Oh,
Yeah. Hard yikes, y'all.
Jesus.
hard yikes.
the timing of me not being able to, of not having anything to negate a shitty con save.
Shit happens.
Monks and rogues are good at dex, or kings at dex saves, unfortunately. But you guys, again, you're all doing all right.
I'm gonna grab my other gauntlet. Be sad about it.
Shark Royalty, you're welcome to sue. I don't know you'll get anything, but we appreciate you coming here.
You can sell it.
So yeah, you guys have a moment of calm. There's like 7 birds left, owls.
I have 7 of them. 2 went down, so there's 5.
There's 5 left. So they're able to gather you guys together. Pontherax is calling. We'll have a medevac ship here in a few hours. I don't know if that's going to help. He looks at his other hand that he's holding in his arm. It's like he's holding it here, like you hold like an orange or something, and he's just looking at it like.
It's just frantically sniffing everybody, just worried. And Grom is half yelling at, half doting over anyone who lost limbs.
That kind of parent. Got you.
Evie's gonna do the best she can to make sure everybody's okay, disregarding the fact that she has no left arm. Because that's what Evie would do, would be to ignore herself and take care of everybody else, attempting to.
Give people like a couple more minutes if it's something they want to do. Otherwise, I think we'll probably take a slightly earlier than normal break, just so we can all decompress.
Yeah, Corinne is fully like, she's back to that like no highlight in the anime eyes kind of stare.
Off into the distance.
Not even off, just like down on the ground, kind of at Deh-nys, but kind of just like she is so wiped after all that. And how bad it like went from we totally have this to we might die.
Clem, who only has like some potions and stuff, is trying to do her best to take care of specifically you, but is still looking around and checking other people. But she does not have like magical healing really, so she's just like pouring a potion on the missing limb and hoping that pressing against it's gonna help. And that's all she can do right now.
Yeah, Corinne's like just kind of not even like responding coherently. She's like, it's fine, don't, it's fine, it's fine. And just fully gone.
Yep, that's fair. Malen, Evie, Grom, anything else that you guys are doing in these couple of moments, like immediately after this?
I think Malen just has like a similar like sort of like deflation of the stress, but like immediate detachment from everything that's happening right now. Is just like, what the fuck just happened?
Where'd that sword wind up?
Oh yeah,
in a stone.
Yeah, the stone, the boulder that Grom made huge, it ended up falling into it. You can now see what is remaining of the saber, which also at the end has a small bit of the jaw still attached. I'm sorry, guys. We usually never describe any of this, and we're gonna get off of it real soon. But this was a trip.
Is the blade still cleared of all that grossness, or is it starting to leak again?
It's currently not leaking. You see, like the little, like if you go over and like actually look at it, we'll say somebody does like Ponth or Clem, who has a little, probably Clem. Clem probably has the most clarity right now.
Ooh, I have a fun thing if we want to say Clem does something.
Sure, I'm so
if
curious.
She's approaching the like sword again, can Arvin like pad up beside her?
Sure.
Just be like, I don't think you should touch that, Miss Clem.
Not going to. I'm just seeing it's a very little. There's a little bit of leak. That might be an eventual concern. I just wanted to. Okay, back to taking care of people. Just immediately gets away from it.
I was punching the sword with Arvin and she wasn't affected. Could Arvin just fox mask onto Clem and give her like a protective way to pick the sword up and remove it from the scene?
Yes, that could be a safe situation where that could work.
Yeah.
because you are not attuning to it like some
Right.
asshole.
Right.
We love you, Alex, but we have to
It's
shit
like
on
that
you.
was my original plan.
Yeah. It comes like, oh, let's be better on. And
haven't-
Miss Corinne is currently unwell. We should handle this for her.
She removes it from the stone, and there's like a small. It's like that little bit of like in car, that light layer of mist that starts to form when it starts getting warm in the car. Like you can see it. Like you're like, oh, that'll get really annoying at some point, but for the moment, it's not too bad. She just holds it out 2 feet in front of her. Mission accomplished. Malen, Evie and Grom, anything specifically from you guys?
Once Bear has sniffed around everyone, he settles right next to Deh-nys, just kind of like lays down with this little paws in front of him and rests his chin on Deh-nys's chest. Or not chest, because the lantern is on it, but you know.
Near, as close as you
Yeah.
can. Very much
And
dog in a patient's ward type situation.
Grom does not stop, like, kind of worrying over people.
So, Evie?
Evie's in the same boat as Corinne, just kind of in shock and attempting to decompress. If she'd probably try to find Paul at once, confirming everybody is okay, using the term loosely. No one's dead. No one's actively dying. She'd try and find Pomp, then actually try to talk and figure out logistics for what's next.
Yeah, he explains their pardon. We didn't have any ships nearby. Pardon sending the warp drive that was talked about. A preliminary version of it is hopefully on its way with a med. They basically took a med unit and put it inside there, and we're hoping that works. Said it'll be here in probably about 2 hours. I don't know what other solutions we have besides. I mean, this sucks, but then like looks at your arm or
Yeah,
lack of.
I know.
I don't know what to do. He says very honestly, just
At this point, I think we've done all we can do until we get serious magical help.
Right. I think that's where we're going to take our break. You guys decompressing, having a few moments. We will be back in a little bit, guys, to see what goes on from here.
You know what? Temerity's saying that to Aasimar.
I'm gonna be real. Have you ever held a weapon before?
Oh, many a weapon, you would be surprised.
I'm not talking
You
about
set
your
it up.
dick. I am not talking about your dick or someone else's dick. I'm talking about something something.
Nothing you say
you can
is going to
stab
help.
with.
Nothing
Nothing
you
I've-
say is going to make it better.
Something you might potentially murder someone with.
Both of you to assume my
You can
part.
murder.
Thank you.
Connie, you can murder someone with a dick.
This is news to me.
Spoken like a true lesbian. Happy
think a
Pride Month,
lesbian-
everyone.
Right. Smart ass.
That doesn't count
I know
as a
it, but,
solution
like-
of it.
Here, this is got multiple. This is such a problem tonight. Fuck. Anyway, the problem is it's because Ken keeps talking.
I guess I'll just shut the fuck up.
I guess I'll
Just do like your
talk.
bliss voice for Kid instead or something. Just use a different
No,
voice.
it's fine. It's fine.
Which bliss voice is the question?
Is one of them Southern?
No.
I feel like Connie can't contribute to the conversation right now. She's just staring angrily at her wall, like fuming quietly. She's gone from angry throwing stage to just
trying to figure out if I have like a stress ball or something. I don't think so.
I can
think a
be.
stress ball is gonna cut it.
I can. A barbarian can be used as a stress ball. I'm debating
because I'm not sure I understand.
Is she acting good because she thinks acting good is going to keep everybody together, or is she just acting good because she got it all out of her system the night before?
She got most of it out of her system, so she's mellowed out.
Okay, that's all I was asking. Mellowette? Like just a little mellow? A small mellow?
She's mellowed.
You had to see that coming.
I'm hanging up now.
Hi, Mel.
I mean, not to be a person of a singular track mind, but you know, that's the way that Kid wants to go, is just down that one tunnel instead of laying out into these other ones. We can always check them on our way back, but
Did you just make a one-track mind joke?
yes, I did. Fuck off.
God. Awful.
Fen
Listen.
meows an annoyance.
I give him scritches.
George, just happy to be alive.
Yeah,
George is
just hanging out, just
George is
trotting
just
along.
doing his
Goes up
best.
to Sid, hoping for some pets.
Oh yeah,
Wait a
gets,
minute.
Sid just picks him up and he's like, "Oh, hi, buddy."
Oh my god.
Like, it's not always what it crops up to be. And just like keeps eating.
Oh God, no! Shut up, Vincent.
Well, we
He's a
don't-
drow. You can't with me right now.
Lolf, mom.
No.
All praise
God.
Mommy Lolth, anyways.
Oh no.
Dried her mom.
Anyways, I really want like pixie form of like Eldritch Blast.
That's not me, though.
All right, Mickey Mouse.
I mean, there's people. But there's not like a lot of people, but people.
Oh, I didn't know. I assumed we were the only 4 in the shop, so that's my mistake.
Well, I mean, his shop is kind of like an outdoor stall. Like again, he's literally like that guy from the opening from Aladdin, where it's like it's
Mel! The face!
My
I want
mistake.
that. I want that face as our new group
Please
chat.
no. Please no.
It's happening.
Seriously, me. For fuck's
round. How we feeling, guys?
I
Not
am
great.
not feeling
Not great.
good.
Just fucking peachy.
Cool.
Did I take any damage from that real quick?
Oh, you took 14 damage. Thank you for reminding me.
So happy to help.
Never remind him.
Hey, did we have homework last night?
That was
I'm not drowning.
that was
I am sleeping so good.
that was kind of the,
Having a nice time.
that was kind of the energy that got tossed out.
The party is lightly interrogated, sees Leon tied up and exhausted. He was in magic people cuffs, like with all the fingers. It was fun. We are accepted into the tribe, given jobs and a place to stay for the night, and instructed to report back in the morning for more stuff. Scaldy runs into her brother, shoots him in the foot.
A classic.
They do a little
Classic
talking.
Scaldy.
Yeah.
That moment did become like a defining moment for Scaldy as a personality trait.
I do love I remember so clearly, it was like, you see your brother there, and then there's just this pause, and you had to be like, what do you do? And then the pause lingered, and then it was, shoot him in the foot. Just total throwaway.
I was thinking of which was the least damaging to shoot.
Probably the least liked. Things that smelled awful, ratty mud off the street. And Onolove explained it as, if you give even the worst thing a chance to be better, there's a good chance it might happen.
we would have gone and done the fucking mudslide. That would have happened at some point.
It's Sid's favorite place. It is Sid's favorite place. Sid loves dirt.
It loves dirt.
It is a great paladin that swings a shovel axe. Of course, Sid loves dirt.
It was just the way you said it.
It was the way you said it.
It was fantastic.
We're not
Sid loves
arguing the
dirt.
fact. It's just the.
It was the aggressive affection for dirt.
Is the love? I do have a question. Is the love for dirt greater than the love they have for Yvette? Because I don't think we've ever heard them talk about Yvette like that. It's like, I love you, and then I love dirt.
It's different. Dirt is like part of their
That's what they all
personality.
say.
Dirt is to Sid as necromancy is to Yvette.
Yes.
Like probably equal amounts of love, but it's
No,
Funny
you're
shit.
good.
It's funny as
It
shit.
hurts now.
Yeah, full stress to full laughter does that.
I'm gonna mute now. I'll be right back.
You go to your thing.
Don't make me full name you, Mel. What the fuck? Is this where Kellenvor died,
Hi.
Vinny?
I just remembered that, and I got really sad.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I was right,
Not right here, but
but in this place.
He died here?
He said
Not-
he
not
told
right
you
here,
that
but
he died in a mining incident.
He died in the Melrin mines?
yeah.
He said he was trying
Can
to
Sid
do
have figured that out?
You got a nat 20 on your religion check. I will say
Yeah.
that, like, after a moment or two, you think about that. You're like some of the previous conversations run through your head. You think about this little kid who, like, and then you replay the story a bit of being like, and like as he turned like 15.
I still think we should put in the fine print that, may induce death later on if you don't come up with a good catchphrase and transform properly.
All right, I'm coming around on this.
That's what I heard from our first meeting. So,
Must be
I'm
okay
all
with
for
hair
it.
color changes, and sometimes skin tone color changes, and sometimes physical species changes as well. We don't know. What if you pull the dog card and someone turns into a dog?
Okay, I'm back in.
That's gonna be confusing.
You get purple.
What?
What? Don't worry about it. Shh.
Here, and we're like, no, they just floated away and got. It wasn't. Unless she has some crazy magic, like people like are willing to testify, but you're probably gonna go to the police to just like have to explain some stuff. As this is going on, you all feel for the first time on Wishfall an earthquake. Trees, and it's like those could make some cool toys.
Yeah.
Some good wood.
Yeah,
Some nice
like
bark.
that would make a good grave. Like I think the justification is that would make a good grave. I would not bury somebody there.
Don't bury somebody into that dirt. Don't do it.
We're not burying anyone here. We can't kill anyone because we can't bury them
I
here.
want to know what justifies as bad dirt now.
Like if it's
You
not going to
should
be like
know.
good quality, if
Yeah,
it's not
nature-
going to, yeah, you would know
No,
too.
not as Lyra.
Wait. Neither of us belong here. And that's it.
It's fine. It was. I belong here. Look, I had a long Sunday. Is it? We don't belong in the Undercity. We don't belong on Wishfall. We don't belong in Vagari. Can you be more specific, please? There's just like a lot of different places.
She will spend 3 first level spell slots to answer. I'm gonna kill you,
At least
Vinny.
you're about to get your rest.
Yeah, no, thank fuck.
First of all, the Ivory Queen has some ways to get us out of the city.
from here that might be easier to get to than the greenhouse, especially considering how far the greenhouse is from us, and the fact that we neglected to remember that the city sells watermelon that lets you see through invisibility and disguise self. So,
I'm sorry, what?
yeah, there's magical fruit. It's kind of normal now, so I kind of forgot to think about it. But there's magic fruit that makes you do all wonder of things. It's really, really fun. But one of those is see basically into the ethereal plane.
I can't fucking wait to leave this place. What the fuck is this fucking hellscape?
But it's so
where you've got
interesting.
weird ass magic fruit.
Trees, and it's like, those could make some cool toys. It's some good wood.
Yeah,
Some nice
like
bark.
that would make a good grave. Like I think the justification is that would make a good grave. Where I would not bury somebody there.
Don't bury somebody into that dirt. Don't do it.
We're not burying anyone here. We can't kill anyone because we can't bury them
I
here.
want to know what justifies as bad dirt now.
Like if it's not going to be like good quality, if it's not going to, yeah, you would know
No,
too.
not as Lyra.
Wait. The party is lightly interrogated, sees Leon tied up and exhausted. He was in magic people cuffs, like with all the fingers. It was fun. We are accepted into the tribe, given jobs and a place to stay for the night, and instructed to report back in the morning for more stuff. Scaldy runs into her brother, shoots him in the foot.
A classic.
They do a little
Classic
talking.
Scaldy.
Yeah.
That moment did become like a defining moment for Scaldy as a personality trait.
I do love I remember so clearly, it was like, you see your brother there, and then there's just this pause, and you had to be like, what do you do? And then the pause lingered, and then it was, shoot him in the foot. Just total throwaway.
I was thinking of which was the least damaging to shoot.
I mean, not to be a person of a singular track mind, but you know, that's the way the kid wants to go, is just down that one tunnel instead of laying out into these other ones. We can always check them on our way back, but
Did you just make a one-track mind joke?
yes, I did. Fuck off.
God. Awful.
Fen
Listen.
meows an annoyance.
I give him scritches.
George, just happy to be alive.
Yeah,
George is
just hanging out, just
George is
trotting
just
along.
doing his
Goes up
best.
to Sid, hoping for some pets.
Oh yeah,
Within a
gets,
minute.
Sid just picks him up and he's like, "Oh, hi, buddy." Come in."
Oh my god.
Don't make me full name you, Mel. What the fuck? Is this where Kellenvor died,
Hi.
Vinny?
I just remembered that and I got really sad.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I was right.
Not right here, but
But in this place.
He died here?
He said
Not-
he
not
told
right
you
here,
that
but-
he died in a mining incident.
He died in the Melrin mines?
Yeah.
He said he was trying
Can
to
Sid
do-
have figured that out?
You got a nat 20 on your religion check. I will say
Yeah.
that, like, after a moment or two, you think about that. You're like some of the previous conversations run through your head. You think about this little kid who, like, and then you replay the story a bit of being like, and like as he turned like 15 round. How are we feeling, guys?
I am not feeling good.
Just fucking peachy.
Cool.
Did I take any damage from that real quick?
Oh, you took 14 damage. I love that looks. Cool. Look, I like my things. Pretty paid for them. I enjoy
You
them.
should. There we go.
Hi guys, we're back. We talked out some stuff and got some water, or I got water. I hope everyone else got water, or liquids that are consumable. In general, would be appreciated. Some of us got snacks, and we're back. In this moment, all of you are taking a breather. Your NPCs and friends who are a little more together right now are attempting to kind of take care of you guys best you can, keep you guys gathered together. Clem, who was trying to do that, is now currently just like standing like 10 feet away from the circle, just holding the sword out to the side with the crazy armor arm, just being like, it's not tripping or anything yet, but eventually this is going to be concerning.
Maybe don't hold it for more than 30 minutes at a time.
I'm gonna go put it back in the boulder.
Yep, I think that's a good plan.
She goes back in. At least we know we can do this now. Arvin comes off.
The question is, do we want to bring that with us?
Yes.
Yeah, we do.
It's the whole reason we went.
All right.
But I would vote that we bring the boulder with us, or at least part of it.
Well, that's an idea. I mean, we have the owls. We technically don't have to wait for a ship.
I think I can lift the boulder. Hold on a second.
It's just to have the air elemental if we don't want one of us to actually. How long does actually summon elemental lasts? Is it an hour or a minute? Because it might be over.
I think it's a minute or 10 minutes.
Because if we could like cut down the sides of the boulder, make it a little bit more easy to carry.
1 minute.
We don't technically. We can make it a little bit easier to transport, either onto a ship or back to home base or something.
Mm-hmm.
I can try putting it on an unseen servant if that would help.
Oh yeah, they're not alive.
They can attune to things, right?
They can hold things that are up to, I believe, 5 pounds. I doubt the sword's more than 5 pounds. I've never really held
Boulder.
weapons.
How big is the boulder?
Oh, boulder's definitely more than 5 pounds.
Tell me how heavy the boulder is because I'm pretty sure I can lift it. Just let me check.
Pretty sure you could lift it even in your normal form as long as you have decent strength because you have the powerful build feature and all that stuff.
My
right?
carrying capacity is to push, drag, or lift is 1,080 pounds.
Yeah, we can cut down the boulder between teamwork and make it like a thing.
It's a nice little stone sheath.
Man, it must be
umbrellas.
nice to have 2 arms to do that lifting with.
Wow.
Oh my god! Parthenax can't fucking lift anymore. With one hand.
He's gonna get real swole with 1 arm.
No! We're gonna get your hand back, buddy.
He said, I hope so. I'm gonna hold on to it for now in hopes that we have a solution.
Okay. Yes.
I'm gonna assume you guys have like a bag of coaling or something, and just say you guys toss all the limbs in there.
I actually was wondering about that, Vinny.
Sure.
Like,
wait a second.
I don't know if it like
care.
fits within your world lore, but I feel like when Corinne's arm got cut off, it just kind of like glowed and began to like out of just like into light, little motes, and kind of evaporated.
If that's a lore you want specifically for Corinne, we could have it. Aasimar as a whole, I would not have that as lore form. That
yeah, I think it's cool if like her tattoos just kind of like glowed extra hot once it was cut off, and then it
that's
burned
fair.
Away.
That is something that is a little more exceptional about that. So that 100% could happen. I love the idea if you also get a new arm that you just don't have tattoos on that one arm anymore. It's like, what the fuck?
Paint it on. Paint them on. It'll be fine.
Yeah. 100% we could definitely say that you're because they are also, the tattoos themselves are blessed. So we could say that there is like almost like a magma hot level glow that overcomes it in the same way that the blackened lines are slowly dissipating, disappearing. There's just this like orange golden glow that also eventually just becomes like the seeds of what's that stupid annoying plant that everyone hates? Sunflowers?
Dandelion?
Dandelions. Just little golden dandelions in the wind.
For you.
Dandelions are fantastic.
Good for you.
I don't have a problem personally. Most people just don't like them because they are technically weeds. But we can say your arm dissipates unless, again, this is by request only, guys. If you want your limbs to stay, they can stay. If you want yours to turn into magma or something, Evie, we can also have that. That's up to you.
I don't know. I don't know what I.
Okay, for the moment, Potherax is like, I'm just gonna throw him into the bag and just throwing the body parts like that. Goes to reach Corinne's and it just in his face.
No, I think Evie's not gonna have No, I think Evie will figure out her shit later.
Sure. Points at the arm and sees Corinne slender and goes like, "Your arm just did a thing. Okay, we worry about that later."
Doesn't even
Where's the druid guy?
It's Corinne. Are you surprised, Pomp?
Druid
The
guy.
druid guy was on an owl.
On an owl, so just like on one of the
Okay.
owls that's standing there right now, unconscious still technically, as is Deh-nys. So
cool.
Is there anything else, like I said, fucked up about Deh-nys aside from his lantern being like fused to his armor?
roll me investigation or arcana.
Um, 8. I'm out of it. I don't see anything.
Yeah, you look up at Deh-nys and you're like, dumbass, and just go back down.
Yep.
Yeah, it's for the moment you really can't tell. None of you guys like saw what he did anyway. Like none of you guys know some of the things that he technically did. He just appeared. It was screwed up.
Yeah, Malen, like, on the outside is, like, sort of just trying to, like, work through things. And on the inside is, like, if hitting him wouldn't cause him to go straight to the grave right now, I would punch the shit out of this fucking bird.
Evie's actually gonna... Evie's gonna go to the nearest tree, climb up, and basically have some semblance of keep watch until the ship arrives, or until summoned.
It's up to you guys. You guys can either start moving right away. You guys can take like an hour short rest and then head out, or if you want to wait the 2 hours for the ship. Like eventually you'll notice when the ship appears, because like when you go up to the monastery or you're on the mountain, a ship magically appearing will be noticeable if it arrives in one piece, which is a whole separate thing. We're gonna
Well,
have to
we would
figure
have
out.
to... Do we have enough birds to get everybody out of here?
5 birds. There's at least, I think there's like 7 or 8 of you guys. The birds can probably carry all. And Bear
Okay.
can walk. Like there's a few of you guys are completely fine. Well, not completely fine. More fine.
Emotionally not great. Physically,
Yeah, I just want to make sure that we can
okay.
get out of the
Yeah.
woods without being cut in half by any remaining threads.
I will double check giant
'Cause
owl
I-
stats, but I'm pretty sure they have the capability of carrying at least 2 people each. The only one who would probably have to walk back some distance is Bear, because Bear is chonky.
I'll cast Fly on Bear.
Okay.
Yeah, all I can imagine, he's just floating aimlessly
Yep.
in my mind.
Yeah, Malen crawls on a new owl
there's
and just casts Fly on the Bear. Actually, no. Malen will climb on Bear and then cast Fly on Bear. That's just easier all around.
That's fair. Yeah, so
I love that for both of them.
Yeah. So everyone else can who is taking Deh-nys in a bird and who is taking the druid in a bird, because everyone else is conscious.
Oh, I figured we were putting Deh-nys back in his flying chair and then just tying that to like a bird.
You know, that's fair. That's 100% fair.
He just
we
belts
brought
down
that-
in a recliner and it floats behind one of the owls.
I brought it, right?
Put some shades on him.
Wow.
That thing to a bird.
Okay, as mad as Malen is, Malen knows for a fact that the first thing Deh-nys is gonna say when he wakes up is, "Where's my fucking chair?" And
Oh
Wait,
my
we're gonna,
god.
we're gonna be like, we left it behind.
Just strap it down.
Does Deh-nys still have Evie's old pirate hat?
Yeah.
Evie's just gonna shake her fist at that.
Yeah, the pirate hat's covering his eyes as he's laying back. It just looks like he's taking a nap.
Yeah, know what? In which case, then we're gonna secure. Yeah, we'll secure him to his goddamn flying chair.
Alright, that's happening. Oh yeah, so who's taking the druid and who's taking the sword? Sword is going with.
I'll take the druid.
Wait,
Or
I thought.
sword is
wait,
going
no.
with, wait, the
No,
owls
Grum's
definitely can't carry a boulder, right?
No.
Oh yeah, no, Grandma has to walk.
We cut
So
it
you're gonna
down,
walk
right?
back.
Yeah, we could say you cut it down so it was like a stump.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Also, because I have to cast fly at a higher level, I can also cast fly on whoever needs fly.
Oh, yeah,
We'll
then
say
flying Gromagul with a boulder.
Yeah, we will hand wave and say that you guys do have enough
We get there.
whatever to get there. So you guys eventually get back to the monastery.
I want to talk all the logistics.
Yeah, but we had enough of it worked out that I feel comfortable with it. That a few of you flying back, some of you guys just all on owls, Deh-nys being dragged in his recliner, eventually find your way back up to the monastery, where you see some people there to greet you. Dea specifically is just like there waiting because you all left and was just concerned. But you guys come back, there's a smile on their face until like they start seeing things a little closer, and they're like,
Everyone's just got the 5 mile stare.
Mm-hmm.
Some things happened. Okay. We're gonna go to the infirmary. I guess that's what we're going to do. Let's go. And just starts escorting people with problems, issues, not in the best of shape.
Like kind of looks around and wonders where to drop the boulder, because I'm sure Clem is still carrying the sword.
Well, no, the sword would be in the boulder.
Yeah.
So you'd be carrying the sword.
Yeah. So once you put the boulder down, it's like it's just
cool.
Malen, because Malen sees that Corinne is in a state, and so Malen will be like to whoever is there is like, nobody touched the sword. Nobody like Malen, I don't think was aware of the fact that Deh-nys touched a cursed item and that they have like affinity with that kind of thing. But she's like, literally, nobody touched the sword. Don't touch it. Don't even look at it. Most certainly do not attune to it. I don't want to hear anyone having touched it, because then we're all just gonna be dead. Or I don't know what to tell you. We did our best, and Malen's gonna go lay down in a bed somewhere.
we did our best.
Corinne says, "Return, owl Pokemon," and like as them all turn back into their little figurines on her necklace.
Yep.
And just kind of lean against one of the wooden archways. And says to Dea, get the headmaster. We need to know what to do with this thing.
Silently just looks at you, gives a nod, and starts heading off. I thought I wrote everything down, but I can't find. Literally had a whole list. There we go. As things start moving around, like some young pupils come out and are like wondering what's going on. It's like if the Avengers showed up after a fight on the ground level, and kids are just like, "Oh, what happened? What happened?" And like, some of the other masters and other like the instructors are just like, "We're gonna give space for now," and just trying to get all of the kids away from this situation. This is a separate thing, but we're gonna need these rolls eventually. I would like whoever two people want to do it, to roll me D100s.
D100s?
Yeah.
100, got it.
All right, one's from Ange. Whoever wants to do the other one.
I can do it. Just like the one, or like, do you need like a percentile?
A full D100.
What is a 7 and then 2 zeros?
7.
70? 7?
That's 7.
Okay, cool.
84.
Okay.
Pretty widespread there.
Yep. Give me a second.
Maybe we shouldn't have brought the weird leaky sword to your home place. I'm thinking now.
Where are we gonna bring it otherwise?
Don't know.
This is
dangerous no matter where it goes.
At least here someone can watch it 24/7.
Malen's saying this as she's like icing her like these like huge like scar like burn marks all up her legs. She's like, do we need to put this in like a lead box? Do we need to like hurling it into like a pocket dimension forever seems like the best bet, but also like things can reach into pocket dimensions, and I just
for now we'll let the masters decide. For the immediate short term, so long as someone is keeping an eye on it and no one removes it from the stone, we're good.
What do you think the over-under is on someone trying to remove it from the stone while we're here right now?
Someone that is not named Sir Deh-nys Quail, I'm gonna take the no one would dare.
Yeah, a very like gravelly Korean voice just says, "They won't."
As a favor, roll me an Arcana check. As you were asking. Question.
28.
Thank God. As you were thinking about that, you watch as there's you're like, what's the over under of someone doing this kind of like Deh-nys, and like you begin like oh, he's still attuned to that, and like you watch like the slightest twitch come from Dennis's hands, and like
I smack him in the face
from the sword.
I smack him in the face and I cast remove curse. Smack, 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 smack.
Cool.
I don't care. I do not care if he has to start rolling death saving throws.
Deh-nys, whose chest has been moving but has not technically been breathing this whole time, and he goes. The little bit of discoloration that has been on his fur leaves him. It's still a little odd, but he does not seem to be directly connected to this thing anymore. And you watch the sword that, like, as it was like doing this slight pull towards Deh-nys. Stop.
Yeah, right.
It was a good catch, because that was gonna end really badly.
Whoa!
Yeah,
We were about to have a bunch of dead kids.
Wait. I
was just gonna have Deh-nys wake up and smite one of you fuckers, and I was gonna be really excited to see who it was. But yeah,
holy shit!
I was gonna be my fucking bear because that bear hasn't left his side.
That's probably which would have made him feel real bad afterwards.
Malen's gonna just like look at the thing, at the sword, and she's like, I'm going to disenchant you so completely that they won't even be able to use you as a letter opener.
Can someone clip that, please?
Get it, Malen!
Because I loved that. Anyways, cool. That happens. You fix that problem, which is a great problem to fix. As that happens, you guys, those of you around, begin hearing. Actually, none of you hear it. Corinne, you're the only one who senses it. Yeah, even with other people's crazy perception, you just sense the movement of other monks that you've known, and you know their footfalls, even in the quietest of moments, as 3-4 different masters begin gathering in different spots. Like high up perches, a couple of them coming down low. All of them
shit,
are
it's
like...
the Furious Five.
Look, with the ones you gave me as an option, it's like not that off. You have a lizard folk, a werebore, a Yonti. Like, I mean,
the Huns are alive.
A tabaxi.
Listen, I had things in mind when I made this character and her backstory.
100%. You watch as Vith, who, as far as you know, always sleeping and relaxing, like sometimes is awake for when things are important, is actually up and attentive. Ladira is awake and like 10 feet away from the sword, like quicker than like anything else. That's the only movement that you probably haven't noticed, is she is just like in
suddenly
front of this
there.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's the one? I was gonna say, Natalie. Who's the one that I actually talked to?
That was
You talked to Oust.
The one about
Oust.
the one about the moving stars.
That was Vith. You three had a
Yeah.
conversation with Vith for a few moments.
Okay.
Vith is the lizard folk who taught Corinne.
Gotcha.
Oust is also awake and up now, and also Dust is also awake in a corner. Those two specifically, Oust and Dust, are in small corners of shades, just keeping an eye on things from their spots. You more than anything just see the feline eyes from one and the like light glow of the drow eyes from Oust. And as that's happening, Ladira just is looking around between nuances. So this was the thing corrupting our warden?
Yeah, he was pretty far gone by the time we got there.
Do you know how long before he wakes?
If someone can heal him more, we're pretty tapped, Master.
She walks by you and like considers you for a second, physically and like mentally. On your full arm, on your where your arm was severed, at the top of it, there's just like a clasp. Good work, young one. And she continues on towards where the warden is asleep on the ground, I assume, because you pokeballed returned all of the owls.
Oddly,
I thought he went to the. I figured he came with all of us to the infirmary.
Fair.
What were you saying? We go to the infirmary.
Yeah, what were you saying, Corinne?
When Ladira puts her hand on Corinne's shoulder, like, she oddly gets even more straight and at attention.
Dust, you know where to keep the toys. Put this there for the moment. None of the pupils are allowed in. We will figure some things out. A quick purr, and Dust. Stone is taken with the sword and rushed into a place that I guess Dennis and Corinne know, and nobody else here.
God damn it, he knows where it is!
He was in the room where it happened, unfortunately.
So put it in like a fucking bulletproof case or something.
I know.
Yeah.
Set all the
Dennis
traps,
wandered
Master
into the
Dust.
weapons room. Like he does.
We'll say the rest of you do head off to the infirmary where the warden, again, very grayed and blackened fur now for Furbolg, looks haggard, but also seems to be breathing decently, like rhythmically. Which, from the moment that you guys realized Dennis wasn't breathing for a bit, this is a little comforting to hear and see. There is a few moments of silence as Ladira just kind of takes her fingers and tries to figure out what is going on with him. Do you have any more details? How long this has been happening? They went through?
It's a curse. We don't know how long it was like the area was very, very corrupted.
Stretched on for miles, and it took hold of the minds of all the crows, didn't allow them to leave.
Turned this guy into a weird crow man. Turned Dennis into an even weirder crow man. With the sword sort of like right here.
Sword also created
He
these.
couldn't remember how long it had been.
And he was really tired. So maybe he wasn't sleeping? Or maybe I think he was sleeping when we found him.
He said something. He said it had been a while and he didn't remember a lot.
What were you saying, Grom?
Oh, should anyone attune to it, it'll create these long strings that will. And he kind of looks over at Pantherax. 7 or whatever it crosses.
He does like a
Or
cheers
crosses it.
motion.
God, Pontha's gallows humor is just
Bless
top
him.
notch.
God bless him.
What are you gonna do? There's nothing he can do right now. He's trying his best. You watch as Ladira puts her hand like right over the warden's face, and there are leaf tattoos, similar in design, but obviously very different aesthetically to Corinne's and some of the other ones that you guys have been seeing. For a moment, you watch as the leaves kind of blow, almost as there's a bit of wind happening, as her hand makes contact with the forehead. You hear the rustle of leaves for a moment, and she just says, "Return to us." And there's a gasp of air. The warden awakens with a start, and begins like just grasping around to try to like get steady, like in the middle of like a Vertigo episode, trying to like just steady sight, sound, senses before they just rest hands on like the two nearest parts of like a wall or a bed or whatever they can hold on to, and begin looking around. What's this place?
You're at a monastery, friend.
Why have I?
You've been a weird crow person in the woods, my friend. That sword you were protecting people from kind of took you over.
I don't know your face. I do know yours.
I'm Malen. Hi.
The sword corrupted everything.
I knew it was too strong.
How did you happen upon it?
It was a task given to me. Supposed to keep it safe. Supposed to protect others from getting it. Find a way to contain it. Nothing worked.
Gave it to you.
And thus we were sent to find you and the sword.
Appreciate it. And looks around and sees that a couple of you are missing limbs, and it's like, hope I caused too much harm. I think I.
Actually, you really didn't.
Not yourself.
And
actually, all of this was actually not you. So you're
We're
good.
Not your fault, Warden.
Warden, we are alive to fight another day. And that's what matters.
If you give me a bit, I think I can also help with these mistakes. God.
What do we do with the sword now?
It contains heart of an old entity, an old god named Pan.
Pan?
Contains a corruption of nature. Nature at its worst. It's deities change sometimes. This is a fact I only learned. The god Pan changed to a new god. That form was even more hurt, not corrupt, hurt. It's an individual that was hurt, and the essence of that god was in the last weapon that slayed that god. The sword. This sword, at one point, killed Pan. But the energy, the essence, the will of Pan became something new. Reawakened that little bit of malice, that little bit of natural fury that the world has, that bit of bite back that nature has. You push it too far.
I saw what this did to nature. Nature doesn't do that to itself.
It's concentrated. It's corrupted. This was... It should never see the light of day if we can restrain it. Put it somewhere, but I tried an empty field in a stone with just me in a hollow, and that didn't work. I don't know. I am a druid of the earth, of nature, of the physical places and beings of stone and earth and soil. I don't know oceans. I don't know sky. I don't know. The others are not. Didn't know where else to try.
I'm not sure anywhere is safe with this. Unless myself for saying it. The people can make some container that is not natural.
There's also the fact if people can be redeemed, would it be possible for Pan to be redeemed as well?
I'm not a great philosopher with stuff like this. I work with nature and nurturing and growth. I'm not one of the creatures I've heard. Don't think they listen to me.
Ponthorax.
Eyes go to you. He's been concentrating on this conversation because
yeah,
the shit he's saying is wild. So he's
Corinne's been hanging back, and she just calls on him. Where can we send it?
We need another plane.
She gives him a very pointed look.
That's a semi-long discussion. We can send it
Also
some place where there's only worse things, but if those worse things get it and can use it, that makes those worse things worse. If we can send it to a neutral place, it might corrupt. If we send it to a good place, they could maybe unmake it. But that means that it's good place stronger than whatever made this thing. And points to the sword, not whatever the essence is, but it's the physical sword. So we would need something near god-like strength to unmake a weapon by the gods.
We literally just talked to one before we came here.
Aren't we friends with a couple of them?
Yeah,
Hey, we have access to
We're in
gods.
contact with aspects of deities.
Ponthorax that's y'all. I go through dimensions sometimes. I don't talk to gods. I'll join you next time, maybe. That sounds cool.
Listen, you can't be thinking about only what you're capable of. You have to be thinking about what you can do with the people that you work with. If we have access to a god and they want us to get rid of this, they should be willing to help us. And if they're not, fuck them. We can just throw it into their good plane and see what they do with it.
You mentioned... Evie'll just give Pont the look. You said so yourself. You wanted to not be stereotypes. Talking to God. Join us next time when we go to the gods and see what that's like.
I didn't get the invite last time. Sorry.
We hadn't met yet, I don't think.
We hadn't.
Yeah. Also, invite yourself. I've learned how to do that. I do that a lot. Just invite yourself.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how we picked her up.
He goes to facepalm and just hits himself in the head with the stump of his arm. Are we really giving me social lessons right now? Can we just focus on
Evie will
all things at once.
Evie will reach with her good arm and just kind of attempt to pat him on the back and.
I mean, I will say you're successful at patting him on the back. I think you can accomplish that even with one arm.
That's more of a room layout and space, and Evie being awkwardly Evie.
That's fine. We can say you can do it. You are tall and long-limbed. We can say you can reach him. He like gives a nod to that. It's like, yeah, if we want to try to plane shift it somewhere, I can give it a shot. We need to be real careful about where we send things though, because sometimes conjuration doesn't always work. You guys hear an explosion outside.
With that
actual
Excuse me?
If Evie hears an
quite
explosion,
stuck with
Evie's like already out going to see what's going on.
Yeah, Malen's hobbling after.
Ron is very pissed at himself right now and is ready to literally just nail whatever's out there into the ground.
I need from either Leo or Natalie another D100 roll.
What the fuck?
Oh,
I'll do it.
D100.
Fuck, I was supposed to remove
You wanna
curse
do
on
it,
the
Leo?
sword, not the person. Oh no.
I don't think I have a D100.
I got it then.
Oh fuck.
Wait, I have roll 20. Hold on a second.
A D100. That's somehow 2 percentile dice when I thought I had a D10. Hang on.
Oh.
83.
Wait a second. I do.
Apparently the monk synergy continues.
32.
Yeah. Cool. Which one of you is first? Which one of you is second?
I'll go first. I'm faster.
That was a good choice. I'm glad you spontaneously did that. So these were teleport teleport spell coordinate rolls. So the first roll, which was done by Evie, was to see how well combining the warp drive with a medevac ship went.
Oh no.
Which was an 87, which was very good. The next roll was a 7. So that ship ended up somewhere else for a short while. You guys come outside and you see a half frozen, half it looked like it must have crashed into like an ice spire or something, because the front half of the ship is missing like a good quarter of it. But it's floating and it's there and it's sparking a little bit, but there is a medevac airship with a kind of working warp drive floating above the monastery very haphazardly.
Malen turns to everybody else and is like, I'm not getting in that. I will do a lot of things. I am not getting in that.
And that you know what, Vinny? If that is so Team Blaster, it's not even funny.
Even our ambulance shows up in an explosion.
Oh no.
If it shows up at all.
Yeah, as you guys do get there, you do see the sword's fine. No, like, well, actually, no, you guys don't know where Corinne knows where the sword is, but like, it's not out in the open or anything.
I guess I should have assumed or clarified. What I meant was like a rowboat off the big airship that we came in. Not summon the warp drive ship.
That was not you guys said you needed a med ship. So Ponth was like, yeah, we need you to get a med ship here as soon as possible. And part of it was like, time to test this warp drive we've been talking about.
You know what?
That'll do.
Warden,
That'll do.
Lad.
That'll
my
do.
god.
Come running out of the building, like ready to fight, like hammer in hand, like pebble in his other hand, and he gets out there and sees that it's the ship, and he just.
So also, which is really great, is when the mishap that happened, every creature inside, so all of the constructs took 3d10 force damage. Most of them died. There's like 3 left. So those 3 that are left or 2 of them come down. One of them is manning the ship. 2 of them come down with this instant fortress, but it's the med station thing. Land in an open area. This instant med tent appears.
A triage center immediately.
Yeah, and both of them are like slightly dented, but like they see you guys and they give a salute and go back. ready to assist. Where is the emergency?
All right. This is why we QA test.
Oh my Oh god. Vinny.
Oh no! We
I
made
have
such a good first impression and the worst second and third impressions possible.
I have oh god.
What's up, Evie?
I have a semi-serious question.
Sure. Let's see if we can dial it back in for a mo.
Given that I'm still missing an arm, if I decide I want a robotic construct type thing, how would that affect the gauntlet, or would I be able to still have it?
There's literally attachments that are made for Warforged, and there's prosthetic. I think there's also prosthetic items that literally just replace the limb, which is what I would do. I would give you full design capabilities over something like that. But basically you would just have a mechanical. It's not. I'm not gonna treat it any differently, except maybe we could maybe put some things in it, like a shotgun shell or something. I don't know, some fun stuff. Because why not? But otherwise,
Grappling hook. Grappling hook.
For a monk, I think that's like the one thing a monk does not need.
You thought you were going to run away? No, you're coming back. It's like a yo-yo.
You know what? Fair enough. We can kill a Wyatt here. Got it. But yes, you guys see this ship slowly try to make a landing outside of the monastery so it doesn't crash into anybody. Does its best job. The triage center is set up. You have 2 people there ready to work it and help out with whatever you need. Ponthorax sees this and just sighs and then walks back inside. Some of the monks look ready to fight. They don't know what this is, but we'll say that the masters, who I assumed got some warning, and even Deh is just like, it's fine, I think. It wasn't supposed to explode, right? That was that.
No, that was a misfire.
It was not supposed to explode.
Gotcha.
It was supposed to land quietly.
It's fine. Everything's working accordingly. Don't even fret.
Is Warden here?
No.
That's Deh.
You guys originally, this is Deh. You guys originally were like, hey, if we're going to test the warp drive, just use constructs, so that way no living thing gets hurt.
And the constructs got hurt.
That sounds like a very us thing.
It worked.
It did.
The glory of quality assurance testing.
Yeah. So you guys
safety first.
But we'll say there, as this landing and weird thing happens, the kids who are starting to get closer to it are figuring out what the heck this is. Can
we call crew from the airship we arrived on to come down and start maintaining the busted up one?
Sure.
Okay.
You get a tow line set up and just begin working that out. As that happens, you guys all begin exiting. Even the warden comes out and just looking around. It's like, what's that?
You don't want to know.
Expensive. You were saying?
Medical assistance.
I am still exhausted, both technically and actually. But I do have the capabilities of healing, and if any of you wish to have your limbs returned, I can assist with that.
Parthenax, come back!
What? You just
come here!
Want your arm?
We're gonna put your arm back on.
In Elvish, you want your arm back, don't you?
Yeah, I was thinking of some cool arcane things. I was thinking of a continuous mage hand that I could have had running, but we could make something.
I mean, I can chop your arm off again later if you decide you want that.
Or
I appreciate that. He says with honest insight, like, thank you.
Malen's not saying that to
wait.
me. Malen is saying that as like a full like, yo, that sounds really cool. If you want help with
I
that,
know.
let me know.
Yeah, and Potherax is like, thank you. As a wizard to a wizard, thank you. And just
Vinny.
What's
Wait. Dang it, I need to find the file to double check a thing about Oust. Who's Oust's god?
I have that in front of me. Give me 2 seconds.
What are they a god of?
I have God is Illustre. I need to double check that one actually. Very specific. I already don't like this. The Dark Maiden, the Dark Dancer.
Don't like that.
Chaotic drow goddess of beauty, song, dance, freedom, moonlight, sword work, and hunting.
Oh, okay. I thought it would be really funny if Oust came over and animated Pantha's hands as a crawling claw, and that it could be his little assistant like thing.
He's a monk and an Echo Knight fighter, so he can't quite do that.
Okay, well, someone should do that, or Pont should dabble in some necromancy and make that happen, because that'd be super funny.
At some point, Malen, who sees all of these monk people who are like relatively normal, if not weird, who have like all these like god connections, meeting Team Blaster, who literally like straight up talks to gods on the daily, and is like, well, this is stupid then. Like, if they can do it, I can do it, then we should just be able to talk to someone who can fucking fix the problem. It is like going through like the Rolodex of like gods that she knows of in her brain, and is like, at some point.
What's a random one or two that Malen thinks of? I'm just curious.
Well, Malen thinks of Iyun first, like god of all knowledge will definitely know how to disenchant a sword, like. And so at some point, when she has a second, she's gonna sit down and like be like, I don't know how to do this, but I really need you to answer.
Roll me a religion check. I just want to see how this
We don't
works.
have to do this right now.
Nope,
But
nope, we're doing it right now.
Yes, we do.
Chaotic little
religion?
duckling.
Oh, I have a +10 religion for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Oh, and I rolled a 16. 26.
Cool. That's a thing. We'll get to that when we need to. What's everybody else doing?
Hey.
Wow.
Turns out the duck was God's favorite all along.
I think we're at the point where for Evie it's getting some semblance of an arm back and her hit points back.
Sure. If that's wanted, the warden's just like, I can just give me a moment. It'll take a bit, and it's going to not feel great, but it'll be back. It's going to take a minute. It takes a minute to cast Regenerate on your arm. After that minute, it's just
the worst 60 seconds of your life.
Yeah. To make it go quicker, we'll say Potherax pulls your arm out of the bag and just reattaches it, because that is something that happens. It takes a short while. I believe it lasts for an hour, but it will heal quicker than that. Slowly, your arm does reconnect, knit back into place. You feel being able to all the musculature comes back, and you're able to fully move it and mobilize it as you were before.
And the gauntlet's still intact.
Yep. So you can slip that right back on without any issue.
Cool.
The warden looks at specifically Potherax, and Karaden is like, either of you, and Potherax just like points to you, is like, I'm missing a hand. He's missing an arm.
With her arm that she does has, Corinne pushes Pont forward.
You sure? All right. Thank you. I need it. Fishes out his other hand and just like holds his hand there as the spell's getting cast. And eventually, like, he sees like a
Make sure it's on the right way. That was not nice. That was me being kind of a dick.
Wait, why are they both?
Oh no!
All right, cut it off again.
Ladiro takes out the sun sword and just turns it. Yeah. Turns to you. Lauren turns to you and says, "I need to rest, but in the morning I should be able to help you as well."
It's fine, Warden. Someone needs to see this.
I'm going to lay down. If you guys need me, I'm just in there.
Some rest.
Gives you a clap on the back of Gromagul and heads inside to a bed or the floor probably and just passes out. Been a long day for them.
Didn't even make it to the bed like a sim.
Probably not. Probably like slowly wild shaped into a cat and just like went into a corner and just what would you as a group, we still have some time left. If is there anything else you guys want to do? You guys are at the monastery. It is calm for now. Deh-nys, we're just gonna say, is unconscious until Dennis's player is here. So you guys know where the sword, or Corinne knows the exact location. The rest of you were probably told it's about around the whereabouts where it was. If anyone cares about directly dealing with that, or
well, we need to decide who we're gonna send it to be disenchanted, or figure out if we're gonna just drop it in a plane somewhere in a hidden location.
Yeah, Malen will not attune to it, but she'll definitely ask to be taken to it so she can like look it over, identify it, like, and then start to go over like what she would do to possibly start the process of literally like undoing the power inside so much that nothing is left.
I'd like to point out that I believe there's at least 2 of us at single-digit hit points still.
Oh yeah. So
So
there's
I'd
there's an intellectual project in Malen's
I'd like
hands, and
to-
then Malen
I'd
can't
like
pay attention
to-
to that.
I'd like to get that resolved before we start dealing with the sword, just in case. Because I'd like to not die.
That's fair.
I mean, if we want, we can also hand wave you guys taking a long rest. I just wanted to give an opportunity for any like first and direct things that people wanted to accomplish before you all just like collapse, because it's been a day. You guys had a very like.
I'm as far as the sword is concerned, I'm agreeing that we should attempt to. We should find the people to disenchant it as opposed to just willy-nilly throwing it in another plane.
Yeah.
Because we don't want to risk this thing coming back.
I mean, I think if we can't figure out a way to disenchant it, we should definitely throw it into a good plane to be like, hey, we tried. You can deal with it now.
But
you asked us to do this. You're not going to help us deal with it, so.
But I figure in our current state of exhaustion, it's a let's sleep first.
I think
Malen would like to
Corinne-
at least identify it first. But, go ahead.
Identify is a good idea.
Yeah, we can
I'll
have-
take you to go identify it.
Cool.
I'll do my thing after.
So yeah, Malen's taken to a room full of magical items that should definitely never ever once be touched. And it's like, oh, you guys have done this before. Okay, fantastic.
I mean, most of the items in there are okay to use if you have training.
I mean, yeah. But yeah, Malen was kind of tapped spell-wise. Will cast Identify as a ritual and take like 10 minutes, do a little circle, take a bunch of notes, and then be like, all right, you can't hide your secrets from me, bitch.
Cool. So you two are doing that. Evie and Grom, are you guys doing anything different, or are you just with them as this is going on?
Evie will go with, if nothing else, for emergency backup.
Okay. Grom?
And just kind of sit.
Grom's not leaving Dennis this time.
Who?
Deh-nys.
Deh-nys.
Wow.
Yeah, he's just plopped right next to the wherever he's laying.
Yeah.
They probably
There's a solemn, like, Corinne making eye contact with Grom as she takes everyone else to the other room.
probably took him to the infirmary unless you specifically requested him to be like outside somewhere. No. So let's look in the infirmary. You probably see the cat form that is the warden, just like on the ground asleep.
Yeah, he's just gonna watch over his friends.
Yep, that's fair. Bear's in there with you. Head on Deh-nys' stomach. It might be doing more harm than good, but it's fine. He'll heal. You can also, I will say that especially to check him over, probably some of the attendants there probably did take the armor off, which you can see does still come off. It's not fused to him, which is real good. So and everything underneath still looks normal. He does have, like, again, some of the features look a little darkened or muddied, but I will let Deh-nys decide if there's any changes to his look because of this these choices that he made. But for now, he looks normal. I will say again, armor off, just so you see him breathing and him doing okay. As that is happening, you guys are checking out this item. You identify the item, and this is the part where we're going to combine this roll for Ioun, which Goddess of Knowledge. It's a good time for you to have gotten a 26. You learn from the Identify spell, when you first try to cast it, that this thing is protected from divination magics. But as you are pushing that, and then you make this prayer to a god that is, again, made to seek knowledge in all of its forms, you are able to push through these protections and learn quite a bit about this weapon. This weapon belonged to a being at one point a mortal, but now goes by the name Lathander. It is the former weapon, the former armament of a deity. It seems that whatever deity it was, most likely Lathander, was the one who slayed or killed or delivered the final blow to what was Pan. And then this weapon contained whatever this malice of nature that existed in its form. The weapon was made from a black dragon, so the blackened color to it, it is not purely in this color and form because of corruption. This was its natural state, was a blackened weapon. The fact that it just happens to also be leaking this dark malice, negative energy, whatever words you want to use for it, happens to, in this case, kind of be a coincidence. There are, like, basic stats about it. It is considered, for base, like, info related to, like, identify spell, it is a legendary weapon. It is a +3 weapon. It has quite a few different capabilities, and a lot of them are very helpful. The bad parts is that it is also cursed because of the fusion of what is known as the Malice of Pan that it is tainted with. This malice does take on what is quote unquote considered the anger of nature, which, as seen by the people that have tried to attune to it, when it is attuned, it can fully take over a person and turn them into a corrupt form. For the most part, from what you read and learn, that there is a negative interaction with magic to it, like a evocation magic. If evocation magic is hurting it or harming it, such as radiant blasts or like the cantrips that you guys were casting at it, you saw it recede. And that is enough information for you to at least formulate the beginnings of, like, there are probably ways that we could contain it ourselves if we really wanted to, but we could also just probably hand it off to, like, the group of aspects that we know and be like, yo, this is a thing you guys got to get the fuck rid of, from around here at least. But it is currently in its current state, You with like, I'm sure you have an evocation cantrip like frostbite or something that you can just fire at it, and you watch like whatever like little like mist or perspiration that's forming of this negative energy, it just immediately recedes back inwards. It seems as long as there is a magic fighting it's on the outside, it has to stay on the inside.
Okay. So
That's
firebolt
extremely
on deck.
helpful to know.
Yeah, so Malen will sort of come out of that and then spend like the next like 2 minutes just sort of thinking about it. And then be like, okay.
Explain it to Corinne.
Yeah.
You have
She's like,
two
after
monks
she's had
just sitting there.
yeah, and then she'll just be like, okay, blah, 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 blah. This is what I learned. We could probably hand this off to one of the aspects that we were dealing with. That might be the better bet. I can keep it in check until we can get to them.
If
Whatever
I
that is.
summon a little sunbolt at the tip of my finger and fire that at the sword, does that also seem to cause it to retreat?
And now that you get the more clarity of the fact that it is a sword made from a black dragon, you can now pay attention to the differences between black and void. So like when you fire that shot, you watch as it's again hard to see. It's kind of like a ripple of like light water on ice, where it's like it all looks kind of similar, but like you see that little ripple and you're like, oh, so that's sword. This is the other thing. And like you fire another little shot and you watch that clear away and you're like, sword, other thing. So you're able to like kind of get it a bit, where like if you just like radiated your hand and just like ran it over, you watch it like clean up for a moment.
We can have the Sun Soul monks in training stand watch, so you are free, Malen.
Does this weapon have any like would my identify? Does the weapon have like the ability to like reach out mentally to people to like influence them to pick it up?
No.
Okay, then Malen will say yes to that.
It seems that if someone makes the choice to attune, that is a thing.
There's also like feline eyes up in the rafters and like a crossbow aimed down at the Master Dust just up there purring away. Like, I dare somebody.
Yeah, you just like
somebody to come try it.
Against the shadow, you just see like a light tail flick before it just like rests back on top of the rafter.
I wish a bitch would.
Evie's gonna watch. Evie's just gonna watch that. Watch the play the watch the shadow game again.
Yeah, but Malen's gonna like lean into the sword a little bit and sort of like repeat her threats. Like, listen, if I had it my way, you and I would sit here, and I would fire blast you until there was nothing left. Do you understand me? I will fucking destroy you. But luckily, that's not my job today. I'm gonna hand you off to a god that's gonna do that for me.
Yeah. Lark, can I just compliment how you managed to take all of the rage of a duck, all of the petty rage of a duck,
and humanize it?
And humanize it. It's so perfect. Every time you do this, in my brain, Malen turns into a little chibi duck with the hat. And that's
just like
it's just like pointing like Donald Duck would, just like every time.
Kill you, bitch.
Anytime Malen goes into that dark, like, listen, I will fucking kill it. I will fucking kill you.
Yeah, Malen
You
will say
be
that the thing that
nothing.
she, not that any of you know that she's a duck, but Valen would say that that was something that she picked up as a human. It is not. It is that came in stock with the Malen.
Mm-hmm.
Love it. Love it so much. It's very
Beautiful.
well done, and it's very fun to watch.
Oh, God.
So, Grom spends the night keeping an eye on Deh-nys. Also, it's like 2 in the afternoon, by the way, guys. You guys did all of this
And-
early in the day.
Yeah, we took care of it. But now there's a wreckage of an airship in the middle of the monastery that needs to be dealt with.
Which honestly, Ponthorax used like 2 spells, and now he has both hands again, and he got healed. So he's like, I'll start working on this. I at least understand some of the graviturgy shit. We really shouldn't be teleporting whole ships yet. This is a bad idea. And just starts like.
Malen will tell Parthodax everything she just learned, so he can ruminate on it. And then, yeah, there you go. Have a great day. And then Malen's be like, I'm going to bed.
Evie is also going to go philosophical on that as well, because that's kind of what Evie does half the time.
Yeah, and you can trance, so you can be doing some light thinking while also recovering.
Oh my Malen's snoring in the bed next to Dennis. Just like, there's like Dennis, and then there's a cat on the floor, and the next bed, there's Malen just snoring away.
Ponthorax is going to work on the ship. A little terrified of the world now. That's fine.
God, just your response is him to all that lore. Oh my God, this poor
so
man. He
All
has
right.
been hired by the worst people.
I'm going to go try to fix a warp drive, I guess.
Malen, who thinks that Parthonax and her are on the same wavelength.
With you, lady.
Evie's just gonna find an appropriate rooftop to just kind of sit there.
That's fair. I do love the idea that Malen's like, all right, we're on the same wavelength. This stupid storm can get fucked. And Ponthorax is just like, holy fuck.
Oh
no.
Yeah.
So I would say the only people who probably like awake. Corinne, is there anything you want to do before going to bed? Because everyone else seems to be resting or like doing a thing.
I was gonna say, I think like as the afternoon draws on and we start to hit golden hour and there's still cleanup crews and people from the other airship coming down and servicing the other one, and those 3 automatons who still work just being like, where is the emergency? We would like to help. Like just failing miserably at their assigned task. Corinne is just in the tree she used to climb when she had a bad day of training. And it would be cool if Arvin and Clem came around.
Yep. I was going to say, Clem most likely has been just keeping an eye on you from a distance, similar to like the day before where you were like, hey, you don't have to come. And then you went and fought Dea for a bit, and she was just like, I'm going to come, but I'm going to be like 100 feet away.
Yeah.
Just in case. It's something like that until like she gets like a notice or something from you to be like, okay, we're going to move a little closer. And a little closer. Like eventually tries to join you, but just like bunny hops slowly, getting a little closer and closer. But like for them, especially in the beginning of like for the first like couple hours, is like we're gonna leave that space because that was a day.
Yeah,
my girlfriend lost an arm. What are you?
Yeah, so if she's like down on the ground and like calls up to Corinne will kind of like hike herself up and then just drop down. Still kind of watching everything going on as like her global force of people do their jobs.
Yeah. Doing their best.
Here, like
doing their best.
Doing their best. Yeah, she's just
so compliment sandwich, but about the day, what was your favorite part?
Nobody died.
That's a good thing to remember. What's the part that makes you want to shit bricks and punch people in the face?
Fucking Deh-nys.
And what's the other good part?
And Corinne will kind of just walk closer to Clem and like lean her head on Clem's shoulder and wrap her one arm around Clem's back. That this still works.
You feel a pair of arms wrap around your neck. It all still works. We're all still working. Well, not all of the androids, but everybody else. Still working. She just gives you, not nearly as strong as you, but still like a pair of solid arms giving you a hug. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Corinne's not giving a strong hug at this point.
Oh,
She's the one
sure.
who needs the hug.
You're getting it. If she had a tail instead of just like a little bunny tail, she'd wrap that around you too. But
Oh, there's maybe like a shimmer silhouette of Corinne's wings that wrap around Clem too.
Okay.
But yeah, I think she just takes that moment.
You guys have a few moments. Relax. Let a little more decompression happen. You know, there's that first decompression, and then the trauma sits for a bit, and then the other decompression.
You get hungry because the adrenaline wears off, and then you like immediately sugar crash after you've put food in your body again. And
reminding me of memories, yeah. But yes, we're gonna. Anyways,
from experience, yeah.
We will say, unless anyone wants to do anything, we're gonna say you guys all get a long rest. Fully recover yourselves. I think y'all earned it. So, but the problem is, unless you guys decide to sleep through the next day, you guys will wake up at like 10 at night. So,
I figure there's stuff to do all afternoon. Like Corinne wouldn't sleep/rest until like it was actually nighttime to go to bed.
that's fair. Some other people, y'all can do what you want, but you guys all eventually wake up, we'll say, somewhere between 1 a.m. and 5 a.m. the next day. So
Evie's fine with that, given
elf
bullshit.
Yeah, so you take 4 hours, you're fine.
And then I'll go once I'm awake and healed, then I'll just go running around in the treetops, making my way to be helpful.
Sure. Most of the monastery runs without a hitch. I mean, they can always use extra collectors if you wanted to help them. If you wanted to try helping with the ship, I don't know that like anybody really in this area has the proficiency to help the ship more than just doing simple repairs. But you've worked on a boat, so you could you've worked on a ship, so you could probably do some basic repairs and help out with Ponthorax, who's working mainly on the Arcana side of it. That way it's physically and magically like getting a little up to snuff.
Yeah.
That goes on, and you guys are working on that.
Could we establish a line of communication with Pardon?
I mean, you guys still have the stone that you
could sending stone to Pardon and be like, it didn't work.
He's like, well, you know,
like,
that's...
I have some notes.
Yeah. And he's like, well, you know, it made it there. It just took, you know, a couple tries. The problem is, you know, we didn't have an exact destination. We had to base it off the teleport spell. And unfortunately, the teleport spell requires actually being familiar with the destination, and no one on the mechanical robot ship knows the location. So it kind of had to leave something up to chance there.
God, I'm just picturing like several of the reasons the automatons are broken is because one of them had to go up to the warp drive each time and be like, I know where it is. And it explodes when it gets there because it had no idea what it was doing.
It's around here, right? Sure.
Yeah.
Oh
no. Easily you guys are able to work on the ship, and by morning it is fixed enough that if you guys want to warp drive it, you can give it a shot, or you can just take your normal ship somewhere.
Nope.
I will
That's gonna limp home, and Pardon's gonna work on it some more.
That's fair.
Then frickin'
Yeah, Malen woke up at 1 and has been firebolting the sword all morning.
Love it.
No, she mostly just like has her hand out like this, and it's just like all these sigils like going up her arm and like down her arm, just like. all these like apprentice people who are supposed to be watching it are like
huddled in a corner, fearful of the angry wizard. Just
it's great because they all have like produce flame and could do that, but you're just like, nope, I got it. We're gonna heat treat this fucker until next existence.
If it melts. And then she's like sort of like just like shit talking it under her breath the whole time. I'm like very much a small creature who thinks she's bigger than she is.
It's kind of great.
I love that so much.
You guys are able to do that and then put it in like a case or something. I don't know what you guys are carrying it in. You guys are able to carry it and find a way to bring it with you onto your ship. Deh-nys is still not woken up. We're just gonna do that for now. See, Deh-nys is still asleep. Dealing with the long dreams that he needs, because he technically has an exhaustion point too, so he needs some extra sleep.
Are you gonna have us leave the monastery?
Doesn't have to.
Okay, because I would like to do some stuff there once Deh-nys is here.
Sure. No.
So.
This is me basically being like, the ship will be prepped and ready to go for when you guys decide to depart. We'll probably have the first part of next session having you guys continue monastery talk and also Deh-nys talk. And then the second half will be you guys returning back to Dragon Base and you guys having the 1 month span where you guys work on something again. And then, yeah, that's most likely what next session will end up. But yeah, right now you guys still have that time, so if anyone does have things they want to do before Deh-nys is awake, I'm sure everyone would like a chance to yell at Deh-nys, but before everyone gets that chance.
I don't know if yelling is the right word.
I do like the idea of putting the sword in a vault on the ship and like occasionally transporting some of the Sun Soul students up to like not only help guard the sword and like blast it every couple of minutes, but also just like show them everything that Dragon is doing, because Corinne is trying to hopefully get a couple of them inspired to be like, when I graduate,
recruiting.
Recruit.
Yeah, military recruitment. Isn't it great, folks?
Global Defense Force. You want some monks in there?
You really do.
I mean, it's fair.
You had 2 on your team, and it worked out okay for them.
They did both lose an arm, however. One would say that the only people on the team that lost our limbs would be the monks, but that would not be true because Parthenax is there.
Corinne's got her like captain coat, you know, her like director's thing with like the sleeve pinned up the way they used to do for old naval officers.
Yeah, mechanically, we're never going to treat anything different because as a monk, anything you could do with 2 hands as a monk, you can do with 1 hand as a monk.
Yeah, literally just punch through, elbow strike is just flurry of blows.
Yeah.
If you ever decide you want any of the multitude of ways that you guys can get fucking physical upgrades at this point,
I've got ideas, but I want to talk about it with you and Alex.
Oh, goody. Terrifying.
That's a scary statement you just said.
You invited a DM to your game. I'm sorry.
No, it was the adding in Deh-nys to that. Or I guess Alex, but I guess Deh-nys, but Alex, but also Deh-nys. Sure, but is there anything people want to do around the monastery? There are still masters that you can speak to. Anyone can speak to. There are other items, and then there are libraries that you guys could visit. There are places of prayer if anyone did want to actually go and pray. I mean, not that you have to again, but it allows the opening to that. And there are other just people there. We only got 15 minutes left, so it's not a lot of time. But if anyone has any extra things, we can also cut early. Doesn't really matter. Either way works. But I want to give the
Malen's got so much shit she wants to do. Go ahead.
Can I attempt to talk to the fire god?
You can give it a shot. For sure. You remember which one you chose?
You'd think
having a name might help.
You'd think I'd remember that. I know. Give me a second. Loading.
Ouchie.
God damn it. What do I search?
Well, that's being researched. Is there anything anyone else wants to do?
Malen will, like, semi-begrudgingly, but she'll go and she'll pray to Iona, be like, "Hey, thanks for your help," and then she's gonna go into the library and just to start rummaging for shit that she thinks would be juicy to take with her. Not like steal the actual thing; she will write it down, um, but that is what she's gonna do.
What are you looking for, if anything in particular? Otherwise, we can just have you roll and see what you find. But if there's like an avenue of like mental direction that you're going, I'd be curious.
Well, since there's like this is like what is it called? The Temple of Sun and
Sun and
Shadow
Shade.
or something? Sun and Shade. She definitely wants to sort of like look into like the more religious like bent and how like it affects like the like these magical weapons that they have. Like she's like has not once ever put like whole lot of stock in religious stuff. She studied it because obviously like in this universe like people who are religious can do some fucking bonkers shit. Um but now she's sort of sitting down and being like, what can these people fucking do and what is happening here? like what are the magical capabilities and how can I record this?
All right, that's fair.
Give me your secrets.
Give me an Arcana or Religion check.
It's the same roll either way.
Okay.
But I get advantage with the first one.
Because you're a researcher.
Well, I get advantage on Arcana checks for being a Order of Scribes wizard.
Gotcha.
So that was a 15 plus 10 is a 25.
Yeah, that's broken, bonkers, amazing. There.
Do I get advantage for being a researcher? I didn't really pay attention to that.
Researcher, if you have a researcher, if you're like the researcher background, I think you like get advantage when you are researching in a library or something like that. Which like either way, you had advantage, so it doesn't really matter.
Oh, split.
For the first part of the information, a lot of it is not too dissimilar to what you learned a couple sessions ago, where it was basically you kind of really dug deep into the knowledge of like why aspects exist and why like there are champions, because they are good solid ways for gods to influence the world without directly doing it themselves. Because when when a normal person flicks like a tree, nothing happens. When a champion flicks a tree, there's a small dent. With an aspect flicks a tree, the tree falls over. When a god flicks a tree, the whole world explodes. So like there's just like
exponential differences here.
Yeah, so it's much better if an aspect or a champion or something else is attempting this stuff. This place, when you start reading more about it, seems, to your knowledge, when you start reading more about it, it seems like a purposeful way to funnel. Whether it was specifically done by deities, or it just ended up being a really good way to do it, where there's a nice set of balance. It was a way to funnel a lot of these capabilities into the world in an actually balanced way. As opposed to, say, just, the Gods of the Dead 3, where there are 3 evil gods all choosing champions and underlings and acolytes, and all of them raising them to specifically know these ways and trying to corrupt the world. This is a place where there is specifically a balance purposefully taught, which is very important. It's the reason why, I don't know if you ever met Rika with... I don't think so you probably didn't meet and see the interactions that some of them have, but from your time here, seeing it with some of the other, Sun Soul monks and the Shadow monks, you're seeing not a antagonistic relationship, but like rivalry forming. It's very much like red and blue in Pokemon. It's like, like smell you later, chump, and stuff like that. But it's
okay.
But it forms different bonds that, would be much easier attested to if Corinne like was around, and it could be like, yeah, I'd talk to Rika and learned that like maybe people who follow certain deities don't want to do exactly what the deities want, and that's kind of the thing we need. Like people who learned from corrupted deity or evil deities have the capability of making choices that could benefit them or still follow the teachings without destroying things. Their actual magical capabilities are varied and crazy. You start researching some of the stuff about the literal tattoos themselves, and how a lot of the basis for that comes from like predating even this area, where it's just a way, it was a very old, actually bardic and artificing fusion of magic, of turning creation magic and creating something into a tangible form that could enhance somebody. And that the tattoos, when brought into like a deific situation specifically, or a religious situation, or whatever divine, it is able to enhance things that are not necessarily things that from the tattoo, but they augment something that's already inside the humanoid themselves.
Okay.
So
Malen will take extensive notes on that.
yeah. So it's not necessarily, it's like the X gene. It's like, wow, you're just really good at this one thing. Oh no, it's you've always been really good at this one thing, and this is just turning it up to 11. And you see that, and then like there are probably pages of studies done on the different students, and the masters probably have their stuff documented, where it's like, oh, this person was really fast. Oh, this person's insanely fast now. Oh, this person has animalistic properties, and now they're growing extra limbs when they're fighting. Like it, and they're what you see is that there seems to be a lot of teachings, but most of the physical and magical prowess in the students is something that's already there, that just needs like that little jump start, and then it's active.
Damn. What are they feeding these kids?
You guys
Holy
want to hear
shit.
about some of their tattoos?
Yeah.
I'll tell you about them after stream.
Pretty fun. Some
Unless
really
you
fun
wanted to on the stream. I mean, it's fun content, but
Vinny,
choose one sun and one shadow, and we can explain one of each. First, I just want to double
Sure.
check what's up, Ange slash
found it.
Kasuth.
Yes.
Yeah, because I also just double checked the Discord, and it was the last conversation we had.
Yeah, I knew we talked about it on Facebook, and that's how I found it.
Nice. We will get to your fire
God
interaction.
God of elemental fire.
Yeah, we will get to that in a sec. So yeah, explain two of the tattoos that you would like to explain.
Sure. So I'll explain Master Vith, my lizard folk teacher. So her tattoos are like
Wait,
angular.
I kind of want Malen to have a gone to Corinne and be like, explain this. What is this? What is this?
Yeah. So Master Vith has these angular diamonds and triangles, as opposed to Corinne's, which are more like lines, which move at different angles, but it's very like just continuous lines that start at like the base of her neck, and then travel all over and wrap and make bands and whatnot. With Vith, it's more distinct shapes that are separate and in different little layouts on her. And they allow her to reveal weaknesses and enhance her accuracy, because Vith is a Sun Soul monk and battle master fighter, with the god Lathander as their patron. Which is very interesting, given whose sword is in the Hall of Antiquity right now.
Yeah. Okay.
But and then we'll go for Master Oust, since he's related to Ponth. His tattoos are like tessellating cube designs. If you've seen those tattoos where it like looks like a cube, but then it cube, yeah, spreads out. So he's got like stretches of those and swaths of them down him. And they have just these like concentric intersecting thin circles that are almost stamped into his body. And parts of those rings are missing, just in spaces where the body naturally creates gaps. So his allow him to become intangible, such that his physical form becomes like his echoes, because he's an Echo Knight fighter. And he just becomes fully made of shadow stuff and able to pass through physical objects and creatures and stuff. And he basically goes astral without going astral, because he can still take damage, but it's a reduced thing for non-magical attacks.
Sick.
Yeah.
And he shouts, "I'm going astral."
I'm going ghost. It's snow white hair and glowing green eyes.
No, isn't that weird?
And we already said his god is Elistre, the drow goddess.
Of dancing, hunting, and a few other things.
Yeah.
Of good times. Yeah. So you learn a lot of weird facts, but interesting facts about specifically this area and the connections and various things. And one thing that you probably learned that technically I don't think everyone knows is the fact that there's only a slight augmentation from the tattoos.
It's just a little bit.
Yeah. Which is fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, Malen's kind of mind blown by that. She's like, "It's fucking crazy people here. They're just
we're the
insane."
X-Men.
Yeah, like who are all these people? Why? How do they all end up here? Yeah, no, she's.
Nesta
Yeah.
Lyra always says people come to the Quiet Pines because they need the time to be there.
Huh.
I guess that counts for you too.
I mean, I'm not the kind to punch things, but I definitely. My time here has meant a lot. I hope to spend more later, once we've dealt with the sword. And she's gonna start like Deku mumbling to herself as she just walks away.
Mutter, 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 mutter.
Little mushrooms pop up in your hat.
Yeah, she's got ideas. This is giving her ideas.
Cool.
Evie, roll me a religion check, or did I have you already roll a religion check?
You did not have me roll anything, and religion I'm kind of bad at.
I mean, fortunately, that's the thing.
I know, that's the thing I'm trying to do. Motherfucker. That's a nat 1.
Oh no! The god's like, you couldn't remember my name?
Damn it!
literally that.
That's a nat 1. I'm the one thing I have been wanting for literally like 8 months.
Look, just keep trying every session. One of these sessions it'll work. Unfortunately, I can't do much with a nat 1. I could do something bad with a nat 1, but I'd rather not do that. You guys have had a rough go of it today.
Yeah. Will help you.
That's one of those I'm not gonna. Actually, wait a minute. I have fate points, don't I?
Use the reroll Mel gave us.
You could use the reroll. I wouldn't recommend using fate points because that's not going to change the fact that a nat 1's a nat 1, really. But a reroll could do something. If you want.
Yeah. Are you sure?
Why not?
It's up to you.
Use the reroll.
That's a group reroll, so I want to make sure everybody's.
Well, because the other option is it's 10 o'clock and we just end there.
Fair.
So
well, I'm going to give Grom a chance to do something too, but yeah.
Yeah.
Fair. All right. Okay, that is not a nat 1, and that's a total of 14.
That's a number.
As you begin praying to Kosuth or Kosoth, I'm not sure 100% how it's pronounced. Somewhere in the Kosoth. Yeah.
It's according to this page you sent me quite some time ago. It's Kosuth.
Okay. As you pray to this primordial being of literal fire, this deity, there is a little just the slow in out breath as you are taking a chance beyond just like the normal meditation or your trancing. This is basically another form of you understanding yourself and reaching out in a different way, which, considering that you have trancing and then also meditating, having a third one is just funny as hell, honestly. But you take the time to just center yourself best you can Breathe in and out. What are you trying to speak to this god about? If there's a specific outreach that you wish to make. Or are you just looking for a sign? Something beyond.
Looking for a sign, looking for, am I doing this correctly?
As you begin, deep inhales through the nose, exhales through the mouth, again and again, you find one of these times a spout of flame, of a purple flame, comes out of your mouth as you make it. Just once, for one moment, but it lingers for a second in the air as it right before it dissipates. While it's not a clear form of communication, you know your powers and know that you have not done something like that before. So you get a small sign that someone is paying attention, but whether or not you're doing everything 100% correct or to the mantra of the deity is a separate thing. But you do get a sense that you are being paid attention to.
Something.
It's something. A Gromagul. Is there anything that you would like to do in the beginning of the day?
He has not moved.
Eventually the warden wakes up, looks around the room, goes from cat mode to like an actual humanoid again. It's like so used to not being me at this point. It's kind of more comfortable as something else. How is your friend?
I'm not sure. He's alive.
If you knew anything clearer, that would be a way to help. I would give you the knowledge, but I don't know. Anything I would do would help more, harm more, or just be indifferent.
I think it's just a waiting situation now.
That is fair. It's been a while since I've seen you. Usually looks around at like the building that you guys are sitting in. Usually things like this wouldn't last too long.
Well, they're pretty good about what they're doing here, so
Yeah,
I don't see a reason to.
I do.
And I think I've calmed down.
That is fair. It's been quite a while since I've seen. Any news? Any big changes from around?
I joined this insane group. Have you met them? Yeah. They beat the shit out of you. I'm just remembering.
For a moment. I remember meeting them for a moment.
He's very frazzled. And my migration pattern changed a little bit. You know how did you hear about that volcano across the way for many travelers? No.
Oh.
I was going to explode because, surprise, surprise, a bunch of people decided to haul out the fucking volcano, thinking that there was going to be absolutely no consequences to those actions. But here we are. But it all worked out, to be honest with you.
Everyone rolls their eyes and be like, it's humanoids for you. Sometimes they make choices.
They're fools. For the most part.
I need to go move. Apparently, I was sleeping like a rock for
You were mentioned in the days of it that you're very tired.
I just feel
that you just wanted to sleep. So I don't think you've moved around a lot.
I'm gonna go get a little motion in the body. I watched him turn into like a brown bear and just like say, I'll be back, and just begins walking out. So as you guys continue your little bits of studies, your little bits of prayers, your little bit of watching over friends, I think we will call it for this session. we'll pick back up sometime in November with more. More. Thank you guys for coming along and continuing this journey with us. As a reminder, next Sunday we will not be having Light Arc because those of us who would be playing in Light Arc are actually going to be at Mel's wedding as she gets married, having a good time.
Congratulations, best wishes, and such.
And we will be back with Light Arc, one more Earth Arc session, and then in November it's either going to slow down a lot or get really busy. We don't know which. We'll find out, guys. We don't know. Thank you for coming. Check out these guys' links and their fun stuff. Check out our links and our fun stuffs. We will see you next time for this crazy, crazy journey.
Yeah.